Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I ain't have to cut the net, ayy. I said I've been slaving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love this, ayy. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I ain't have to cut the net, ayy. I said I've been slaving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love this, ayy. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I ain't have to cut the net, ayy. I said I've been slaving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love this, ayy. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the Westworld. Whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West, whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West, whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West, whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, hey. I said I've been saving, dog, let me see the money, hey. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, hey. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can tell me I don't love to say. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West, whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West, whoa. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net, ho. Yeah.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another sold out podcast on this Wednesday, another sold out live. You know what's up, man. Y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, man. If you like content about sneakers, you are in the right place, man. My name is Jeremy Jones, and of course, I make content about sneakers. And let my homie go ahead and introduce himself.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You guys know me as Dev Dunks. Sorry about last week. Like I told you guys, I had a little thing going on at work, but I'm back now. We can get right into it, man. I'm ready. 2 days past. I'm 2 days behind, so got a lot to talk about.
Yo, me and Dunks have been low-key having this conversation. And shout out to Manny with the Kicks, because low-key been having this conversation with Manny with the Kicks as well, man. Just
Shouts out, Manny.
Yeah, what up? Shouts out to Manny, man. But we've been having this conversation just behind the scenes. And like, honestly, even before we started the live, me and Dunk kind of already just been going at it. But I'm gonna touch the chat, see who all we got in the building, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing crack-a-lacking, man. Because like I said, the topic today, man, the only thing I can really think of is Kanye pushing the luck, and seems like to me, right? And this is a question we're gonna discuss tonight. Is he running out of platforms and really pushing the limit of possibly maybe destroying that YEEZY brand? I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole. Like, that's the thing. Best thing I can say to describe Kanye right now, and I tell Dunks, he's all over the place. I could have named this video title a million different things, man. And of course, if you seen the Drink Champ interview on Sunday, which I gave Dunks the heads up when that joint dropped, and we were talking about it on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
You guys were telling me, y'all were like, yo, it's a part 3, it's a part 3, it's a part 3. And I was like, okay, cool. Come Sunday, it put me behind because, like, low-key, I think I watched 2 hours in, and I'm like, dang, how long is it? It's 3 hours, 28 minutes. And of course, if you haven't been living under a rock, it's been taken down, re-uploaded, and taken down. And now, if you find the interview, which you can search it if you want to on YouTube, I'm not going to play it because obviously, if the main people aren't supporting it, I don't think the other YouTubers should be putting it out there. But that's just me. I mean, there's nothing wrong because Kanye did it, And of course, we seen where N.O.R.E had to apologize. Where honestly, I don't see the point why they took the video down. I get it because if
I don't
he,
see why N.O.R.E apologized.
yeah, because it's not like he made Kanye say anything.
No, man, it made N.O.R.E look like a sucker, man. Like,
I
you know,
agree. I agree all the way, bro. That one me and Dunk's been kind of contradict. We've been going back and forth, low key. But oh man. Anyway, just got a good notification. I'm probably gonna pull the trigger on that joint later. But yeah, me and Dunk's low key been going back and forth, and not on no like beef thing, but like usually what Dunks has been saying is what I would normally say. So this is kind of weird for me. That's kind of throwing me off because I don't know. I'm gonna speak for myself. I personally just had it up to here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired. I'm tired of this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me test the chat.
how can you be tired of like one of the main how am I trying to say one of the main points of your youth? You know, like this you kind of grew up on this guy.
I did, but like not the person that we see before that he's become. Like he's,
But but what brought him to this point? He didn't just decide to just do all this on his own. Like, I mean,
yeah.
the stress of fame and family and just everyday life, minus all that bullshit. You know that
But
wears on a person.
he created that though. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, he did create, but yeah, and I guess you can say it's one of those things. Be careful what you wish for, or you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's true.
but
Yeah,
we all know what comes with that lifestyle. We all know, we've all seen it, we see it every day. But like some of the practices that they do is what he's speaking on. Not the whole journey itself, just some of the practices that they use on the people is what he's speaking on. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but why does it take him so? Why is it so difficult for him to just say, like you just said that directly? Why don't he do that?
Well,
Okay.
because unlike me and you, he's still binded by certain contracts to where he can't speak on
Yes.
like he can't come out directly and say Adidas fucked me, because then
I mean, but he, but he, he kind of,
that'll kind of
but he kind of is throwing that out there. Like that's the
he exactly he's throwing it out there, insinuating it, but he's not directly saying that, because I say he knows what he can and can't say. He can't not Kanye cannot at one point bring the word Adidas out of his mouth in a bad light. He can't. He
he
can
said,
name the people at Adidas, but he
bro,
can't say Adidas as a
bro,
brand.
bro. He literally said, "Fuck Adidas, bro."
In the interview,
Nah, he tweeted it or put it on Instagram. He has since deleted it. I will say that, but he did have it out there for a few hours. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it's not a post that stuck, because he know that that will that'll take literally everything that he's got. If he does that one post, he think this George Floyd family thing suing him, let him tarnish what he got with Adidas. He think he's playing. He think what he's doing is destroying it, but he hasn't really pushed those buttons yet. He
You
hasn't really
think?
pushed those buttons yet with Adidas.
Do you think the George Floyd situation? Like you heard what he said, right? And if y'all haven't been living under a rock, this is from the N.O.R.E interview. Like he he basically said that what we all witnessed in person, that it didn't happen and he died from something else. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
basically discredited his death.
Yeah, and I don't feel like why he even needed to even bring it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the family's wrong for putting that lawsuit out there? I mean, he had to know that was
Um,
coming.
man. Once again, man, you talked about this today. I like I say, I don't think that they're wrong for wanting some justice for it, but like I say, like I told you, they've already been paid for it. I don't think that the
It's
state.
different. It's
It
different.
is different. It is different, but yeah, it's different. But it's not different in the eyes of the people who's gonna be giving this money out. To them, it's still all the same. They're gonna see it as you've
Nah,
already been
man.
paid for your pain and suffering. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
get.
that's like saying like if every time like we all know Black Lives Matter, that whole movement happened, right?
Yeah,
That was a whole painful time in history too for us. That's like saying if everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Black Lives that was all a hoax or a cult or a gang,"
he
then
said
they
that.
would have. But I'm saying, but then that would mean that they should have to pay every black person to sue every time somebody discredits the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay, I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have that. However, this isn't what it's about, though. It's more so about he put out false information that we have known to find out that
And
it's not true.
they put out false information about Black Lives Matter.
But this the thing. They ain't suing him for Black Lives. He ain't getting sued for
But
that.
it's the same thing. It's the same
No,
thing.
it
You know?
ain't. Nah, it ain't.
And
Nah, it ain't. How? How's it the same thing?
because it happened. We all there to witness it. You can't just jump and up and get in your feelings every time somebody speaks about something. And I mean, we all know what he said was false information and wrong information.
It was
You
fucked
know?
up, bro.
Yeah, it
Fucked
was. It
up.
was. But like I say, and I'm not saying that they're not entitled to something, but like I told you, I don't think that they're gonna get fully what they're trying to sue for.
I mean, I'm cool with them. I think at minimum they deserve 100 million.
Okay, yeah, and so
You know,
they deserve that,
and
and we'll
and
see.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that. Reality is I ain't count nobody's pockets, but those lawyers obviously wanted that, and they took that on that case probably pro bono, meaning
Mhm.
the lawyers don't get paid until until the lawsuit settles and they get their cut and they split it. I'm almost positive the reason that number is so high is because even if they do get like at minimum 100 million, I bet your attorneys both getting at least a good 50 million a piece because it's two attorneys on the case, two different firms.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, they say
it's
we're gonna take this.
it's
Yeah,
I
you're
get
right.
what
They say
you're saying.
we're gonna take this case pro bono because we know we're getting paid
Yeah, hell, even if they like, yo, we settle all for like, I don't know, 10 million. You know what I'm saying? That's still I mean,
at least 4 million, no, at least 2 million each.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's still a win. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And ain't nobody trying to count nobody's pockets, but I get what you're saying on that point of view. But I do think they should deserve some compensation because
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they will deserve some compensation.
they got brought into something they ain't. It's not like the family was going in speaking on his White Lives Matter T-shirt, which that's a whole nother topic. But it's like it's just like imagine like the family members that we've lost. Somebody just randomly come in and say like, oh, I'll take up a perfect example, right? It's equivalent to I'm gonna take you down memory lane, middle school, right? I ain't gotta say some names. I ain't gotta say no names, but you remember
Yeah, I
you,
know.
you, you already know. Remember when so and so, hey man, I heard so and so
Yeah,
died off.
yeah.
You know what? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that person was ready to take that dude's life.
Well, that person fully retaliated.
yeah, yeah. He punching the lockers. That's what the level this is on. So, like I said, I think we both in agreement that they definitely deserve something. Maybe the numbers out there is a little crazy, but at the same time, I think it still should be enough where
I think that's probably what the lawyers put out there. They say that after fees and everything, this is about the amount we're looking at that you guys should be expecting to
most
sue
definitely,
for. It's
most
like a
definitely,
number they just came out with out of their ass. This is clearly some calculated, um, very, very skillful numbers that were put out there.
most definitely. And what I was gonna say is also I think is the fact that yeah, sure, everybody got to get paid, but I think also they got to put a number out there to, even though I don't think this is gonna work because Kanye, it don't look like Kanye's even bat an eye at the number, right? But
Mm-hmm.
they try to put a number out there also where at least where even if that worst case scenario they do win it all, they want to hit them in the pocket. Like there's nothing worse than
Mm-hmm.
somebody getting hit in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
what would you rather have? A good fight or somebody just hitting you in the pockets? And which one? They both equivalent is hard to recover from.
I feel like at this point, um, Ye is like Mike Tyson. Because remember, at one point, Mike Tyson said he was getting sued by so many people, he didn't even know who was suing him no more. He was just, as soon as something came in, he just paid it.
Wow.
He said he didn't even know who was suing him anymore. And
And
I can believe that 100%.
most
You know,
definitely. Most
Mike in the
definitely.
'90s was a bad man, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he probably got sued by 100 people.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
know.
saying? So, and I feel like that's kind of what Kanye is at this point. He's probably getting sued by so many people and companies that he don't know where it's coming from. He just take care of it. Take care of it. Whatever they want. Say if we can't, see if we can settle first, and if we can't, just pay them whatever they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I know he got it. But see, I think Kanye to the point where I don't feel like he even cared. If he ever did, not saying he don't care about money, because obviously if he didn't, he would have just stayed outside on the street and never put in any work. But I think also, Kanye don't reach that number, where he just feel like it's gonna be hard to really blow it. But man,
I feel like Kanye reached that number where money does it. Like it's not even a like
it doesn't excite him.
he doesn't even see it as anything because
Yeah,
it's like you know what I'm saying. Like he's like what is money? You know what I'm saying? Like
most,
I haven't had to look at my bank account in almost 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
most definitely, most
So he's
definitely.
probably like, what is money? What is that? Like I don't know what I don't spend money. I don't you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, he's all over the place, and I know we can blame it on his bipolar. Some say, I think he putting on because you know what I'm saying. He does it when it seems like it's convenient too, and then whoever will put him on his platform, the N.O.R.E situation where I feel like if you look at the first interview he did, part one and part two, N.O.R.E was able to reel him back in. But this time, to me, it just feels like N.O.R.E said, N.O.R.E just let him have a free for
I
all.
feel like N.O.R.E I feel like this was a setup on Kanye. I feel like N.O.R.E knew exactly what he was doing. He knew what he knew, and like I told
Maybe
somebody at
so.
work today. Like I told somebody at work today. Everybody keeps trying to talk like bring all this and say all this about Kanye when they already know the mental state he's in, but they keep bringing him on these shows and they know he's gonna say stuff off the wall and he's gonna bring up stuff that got nothing to do with it. They know
Yeah,
that that's like if somebody's already angry and you keep asking them, "Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" Then they go
true,
off on you, and then you're surprised and you're mad because they went off on you. It's the
true.
same thing. The man is already mentally sick, and people keep prying and keep
And
pulling all
he's giving them exactly what
pulling
they
all this
asked for.
pulling all this information out of him, but get surprised when he goes on these shows and does exactly what they wanted him to do in the first place.
This is true. Yeah, he gives them exactly what they asked for.
They wanted that anyway, but when he gives it to them, then they want to act surprised, like, I didn't know he was gonna say that. I'm just trying to be a journalist. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't go on there. Don't go and apologize to Rosenberg and Laura Stiles.
Oh wow, I wasn't ready
Don't
for
go
that one,
apologize to them for what? What the? What does Rosenberg and Laura Stiles got to do with Drink Champs? They on there with Ebro. Are they still with Ebro?
I I ain't even they stuff. No hate.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no
say
hate to Laura or Rosenberg.
I'm gonna say it nicely. I haven't watched her stuff in a long time. Y'all
Yeah,
take that
like I said,
however you want to take it.
no disrespect to Rosenberg or Laura Stiles, because I know Rosenberg, he's been in the field for a long time. He's put his work in.
Yeah,
Respect to Rosenberg.
most
I
definitely.
don't really know that much about Laura, but don't like I say, don't have Kanye on there, or don't have your people on there to try to like I say, clearly what you want out of him, and then when you get it, now you want to go to these other people talking about like that's what a great journalist does. And I normally I stop people. I should have stopped him this time. If you stopped in the first interview, you stopped in the second interview. Why don't you stop in the third interview? Because you already knew
Well,
exactly what was going to
to,
happen.
to double down, Nori Claw he did interviews as well to explain his side, and he said that, and he didn't use his
He didn't explain. He apologized.
right. But let me finish. Let me finish. He said like, yo, when he called in, he said that the reason he didn't when he was going off on those tangents and stuff like that, he didn't stop him because Kanye had already when he pulled up, he quote unquote saying that you know, if he feels like he censors him, he's gonna leave. And it's like, and he said he pretty much didn't stop him because he was, he was worried that he would just leave. He didn't want him to quote unquote. And this is N.O.R.E's words, right? He said
Mhm.
he was worried that Kanye was gonna quote unquote pull a Birdman, like
And walk
he
out.
did, yeah, and just dip out. You know what I'm saying? Granted,
Okay.
I don't think Kanye would. Well, never mind. I was about to say I don't think Kanye got the guts to threaten N.O.R.E. because N.O.R.E. don't caught a body allegedly, right, and beat the
Uh,
case
I'll
allegedly.
say this. I'll say this. Kanye will threaten Nori because, for one, like I say, not on some threat stuff, but because of Kanye's not in a mental state, so he'll threaten him like that. And to say what you said about Nori normally stops people, and he feared that he would walk out. Uh, he didn't. He didn't fear he was going to walk out. He knew he was going to walk out because he knew for a fact. He knew for a fact that Kanye West brought him the highest numbers ever in Drink Champs.
And he
From
said
the
that,
from the first interview he did to now this interview that he
and
did, both
he said
times that he
that
was on there,
he
that
said that
Kanye
he
brought
said
in the
that on the
highest
third joint.
numbers. Yeah, Kanye brought in the highest numbers Drink Champs has ever seen.
Yeah, and this don't
So
do nothing but
why would he stop that? That's only gonna boost their ratings. Now he had Kanye on there, knowing Kanye was gonna spew some shit, and if Kanye would have spoke in the about that background and start talking about the Jews that's running Drink Champs. Now what? Now what? Now you risking your own show, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But that's what you wanted because you brought him on there and you knew he was unstable. You know he's unstable right now, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Is what I'm trying to say. Like you want it, but then when it backfires on you, now you're trying to backpedal and say that I didn't know he was going to do that. Yeah, he did because you had him on there 3 times.
Well, this the thing, right? It's not like one of those, and I'm gonna give this right because they said normally they don't edit their stuff, but now they're gonna start. But he quote unquote is not in charge of that, this, that, and the third. Okay, that part may be
Oh,
true.
because he told that fuck all y'all, you know.
Yeah, but when he went off, said, oh, that's another thing too. I noticed the people that he said that too, like he said that about Meek Mill, which I didn't even know he had beef with Meek Mill, but he called Meek Mill out. One of I ain't gonna say Meek Mill is also one of those rappers that came up on the quote unquote gangster rap, so to speak. But for somebody who's always talking, he's prepared to catch a body. He didn't say anything. And who else did he say that to? He said, "Fuck
He
who
said
else?"
Diddy. He said Diddy and Jay-Z.
Yeah, so and I already know that Jay ain't about to respond.
And he said I don't got no rich friends. Meek Mill, you don't put Meek Mill in a conversation with Diddy and Jay-Z because Meek Mill is not regular rapper rich. I mean, he's wealthy. He got some money to afford, but he's not rich. He's not regular rapper rich. You know, he's not on the caliber of Diddy and Jay-Z. So I don't even know why
not at
those
all.
three were in the same conversation.
Well, if that's not no rich friends, then I thought he said that Donald Trump and Elon Musk is you know what I'm saying?
No, this was a personal matter that he brought into the conversation by saying that they didn't say anything when the Kardashians kidnapped his kids. That was a personal thing that he felt like that the because obviously Jay-Z clearly has ties in with Kardashians.
I don't
And
think Jay
maybe
Z rock
Diddy.
with them though. I don't know. I don't know though. I don't know.
I don't know either. But clearly he said that knowing that they must have had some information, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but he hit up Travis, and Travis, from what it seems, he just gave him the
Well,
information.
Travis cool, yeah, because obviously Travis was there because his baby mom is part of the family, and
Yeah,
clearly his kids are the age of the kids whose birthday it was, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So of course of course Travis was probably there, you know.
I feel like Kanye though, I don't know,
And,
man.
and not to mention, sorry to cut you off, but not to mention the fact that Travis is kind of Kanye's like, you know, he's the kind of his uh Kanye's kind of his mentor is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Eh,
Travis kind of came up under Kanye, you know?
I'll give you that.
So
Only
so
because Jay's first. Only because Jay was came out first. But yeah. But do
yeah.
you think
And huh?
so? You're basically saying like Travis is influenced by Ye as far as like
Oh,
music
for
and
sure.
style.
course, man.
I will
Easy.
say this, right? For Adidas to be quote unquote considering their partnership or relationship or whatever the hell they contractual relationship with Ye, for that to be under what is it? What they say negotiate, not negotiation, but it's under review, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
They still dropping them. We had a surprise drop on the Yeezys today. We had Yeezys what yesterday, you know.
Hey, did you see those shock drop, those Halloween dunks?
I saw that. And we had a shock drop today on some Jordan 11s. Those,
Really?
yeah, we had that. I saw that happen like an hour before the live. Let me see if I can find that joint real quick. But yeah, we've been having shop. We just had a shop drop. Like literally, it's right on my phone right here. This right here. Just dropped. Let me get a little
Oh,
focus.
those navy joints.
Yeah. So these joints just
Is
dropped.
that what you
Midnight
say you
Navy
got to
11.
pull? Is that what you say you about to pull the trigger on?
Nah, I don't. They put they women's. No disrespect to the ladies, and I love 11s, but I know me, man. Like, and to be honest, looking at this, like the quality on these is looking nice. Like they look straight, they fire. But I like me. I'm playing catch up, so to speak. I'm just been really shopping
Just
on the
that's
back.
just the that's just like the alternate version of those velvet ones they put out.
See if that, yeah, the burgundy colorway. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, the Harris or whatever, right? I want that shoe more than those, but I see where you could see that. You know what? That is that inspiration behind that joint. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and back to trying and to backpedal on what you said when you said that he's like kind of like burned his bridges with all the platforms. Like I told you, no, he hasn't been on the two biggest platforms yet,
What is that?
YouTube and TikTok. He
I
hasn't been. He hasn't been there yet.
don't know about TikTok, but YouTube. I don't know if you done like, and y'all vouch for me, chat. YouTube will cut him off in a heartbeat, bro.
Well, yeah, they will. Yeah, I'm sure they will, but he hasn't explored that. He hasn't given them that reason yet. He hasn't been on here yet. But
Yeah.
I'm sure if he ever does drop on YouTube, his first video is probably gonna get flagged and probably
He
deleted.
put like he did like a vlog called like last week where that's where that whole like he put out the video of the
Wait,
showing.
wait, 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 wait. Are you talking about that video that he put out when he was like in he was like in Japan or whatever?
He was actually all over the place, but one of the parts that stuck out in there, and I played this last week during the
Yeah,
live.
when he was like in his little clothes and he was like walking around, right?
Yeah, but he also this is also the video where he showed the Adidas dudes
The porn thing. Yeah, yeah, I saw the video. I saw it.
Yeah, that's sort of like a YouTube vlog. It didn't get put down, but at the same time, he ain't really you didn't see anything
like
explicit.
this. He had the phone to the guy like that.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up because I asked this last week because we watched a video, right, Chad? We watched a joint last week. I'm glad this is why I wish you was here on Saturday, bro. Like, if anybody, not even just me, if somebody do that to you at work or not, especially in a position, like you can't get fired. What would you do? Like, tell me what you if somebody like dude, if somebody like this right here, hey, yeah, this, like, what would you do? Like, bro, I would honestly, if that dude would have punched Ye right in the mouth, he had nothing but valid justification. Like, bro, I didn't know what the hell it was. Like, I just saw something come in my face, I hit him.
Yeah.
I know, and that's what I was thinking too. I was like, man, I know the dunks. I know the way we grew up, the way how you be fist happy. I said if that would have been dunks, you probably would have knocked that. You before you know it, you'd be like, hey man, like if you
I'd
didn't,
be like, hey man, you need a new phone.
I was about to say if you didn't hit him, I guarantee you that phone would have been like you would have smacked that phone right out his hand.
Yeah, nah, don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't do that.
That was too far,
Don't
bro.
play yourself, yeah. Like, you didn't don't put nobody else's genitalia in my face, man. What the fuck?
That's what I'm
You know
saying, like, bro. Like, that's why I said, like, bro. I ain't never saying like I ain't never watched like those type of videos. But like, yeah, I did when I was like 15. Or if I did watch it, it was like I definitely wasn't watching it with no homies.
And then he was like saying like they say it sounded like somebody that worked there or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. Like that's what he said. He showed it for. He said, I want you guys to grasp the sounds. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, see, that's what's wrong with this dude, man. What the fuck? No, this is not why you watch. This is you could have found any other. As much as he made music and he's like a real producer. Not to take shots at your favorite person or anybody, but he actually on the drum machine like. No, you could have done any other sound or any other example that has audio, but you choose that,
Honestly,
bro.
he should go back. Honestly, he should just go back in the studio. Go back to that
Yeah,
graduation. Go to that graduation late registration era. You know,
I'm gonna be
try to find some
100.
inspiration in that. You know.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same low key after graduation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not saying the same as in like he ain't dropped no fire music because there's still fire Kanye songs, but his
Mm-hmm.
whole I know he could only do the damn college thing for so long, right? I know he could only do it for so long, and I think he did it perfectly. And does he has dropped some fire music after that, but like the antics that have come along with it different. It's different. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't want anybody to think that I'm on this live and I'll speak for myself, but I'm not here to like you said, we grew up on Kanye, man. You're talking to somebody who, this is before like Spotify and all that. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I and Dunst can vouch for me, we had the CD joint. And did I
I remember
not
when, yeah, we
buy
remember when through the wire first came
we
on the radio.
yeah, we had all three of the CDs in the fucking car, bro. Like we ain't it wasn't no hey man, hook the
And
iPod. We
there wasn't no burnt shit either. It was the
yeah,
actual.
and the sad part is Dunks know, like probably shouldn't be admitting this on live. I was that guy that was when CD burning was a thing and people were going crazy.
Mhm.
I was the number one supplier doing that. But Kanye stuff, even if I burnt his stuff, I still went to the store, which we had was like FYE, right?
Mhm.
If y'all remember that in the chat, we telling our age probably a lot right now. But we went to the joint and bought the joints for real, man. Um,
Mhm.
and
Remember, I had
the
the pull out little cover and stuff. Remember?
most definitely, we brought it because we still just showing support, man. So I mean, I'm not taking away any of Kanye's talent. And like I said, I will say this, man. And I say this 100 times. Ye be right on some shit, but his delivery, I don't know where the fuck he's finding it from. You know,
Mhm.
and I tell Dunks this all the time. It's like, dog, he can never. Is it just me? He just can't never answer anything directly. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, dog, they ask you like, hey, um, you know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on this? He's like, well, I went to Africa to talk to Mark Wahlberg to come back here to say that, you know
And
what I'm saying?
Joe
Like,
Fransuesi from Complex told me to keep your head up 2 years ago because these people are gonna try to take everything you got, and that's when I told Mark from, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like that's one of the biggest things because when I showed you and remember, I said, "Yo, you watching N.O.R.E join this? It's live right now." And remember, I said, I know you started watching it, but you had quit watching it way be longer
Yeah,
before I
nah,
did.
yeah.
And then you said like you was texting me throughout the joint. You were like, "Yo, honestly, I don't even know what the hell you talking about anymore." You know
I
what I'm
told you,
saying?
so he's just name dropping.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you all over the fucking place. And it's like N.O.R.E just sitting there, and I get it. Like N.O.R.E's also what I didn't like about N.O.R.E, right? Not y'all should just keep it up and double down on it, saying, yeah, we don't support the shit he was saying, but we did
Hmm.
the interview, right? And just call it for what it is.
Yeah,
But Nori, what I don't like is like he's like, it's called drink champs. He kept saying it's drink champs. Like basically he's hinting like, hey, we were all drinking. And because if you watch it, they did go use the bathroom like 3 or 4 times, right? So I get it. They were under the influence is what he's implying. And obviously Nori smokes on there as well, which again, I'm not it hasn't been a problem so far of all the other
but
interviews.
mind you, this too. Everybody on there. Well, I haven't watched them all, but the ones I have watched. The people were drinking and or smoking. Uh, Kanye wasn't doing any of that on this round.
He did towards the end. Like
Okay, towards the end,
if you
but
got to if you made it to the 2 hour mark, eventually after several piss breaks, he started smoking. So much so Nori was like, hey yo, man, pass a blunt, man, because you tripping. You know what I'm saying?
up until that point, he was just speaking off his sober mind. Which, like I say,
Well, we
so
don't
had
know that. We don't know that. Because I don't know. It's been a speculation, man. I'm thinking, could Kanye possibly be on something and not saying nothing? You know what I'm saying?
nah, I don't think he's on
Or you
drugs.
think he was completely sober until we cut to that part where they was doing that, right?
Yeah, I think he was completely sober and just speaking mental sober facts.
Uh, I don't know about
And like I
facts.
said, but what I'm saying is still to
He
even
was
get him
speaking.
on
He was
there.
speaking what he really felt, but there
Yeah,
wasn't. Not all of it was factual.
yeah. Get but still to get him on a platform like that where there's nothing but toxic around him. So imagine had he been doing that from the start of the interview. Imagine the stuff that we would have heard or we could have heard.
True. They did the same thing to Lamar Odom too. Like after he did the interview, when he came, next day he was like, "Yo, I was really blah blah blah," under the influence, so to speak. And then they didn't even take up for him. They were like, "Yeah, just because you come on here and you have all these flying luxury like liquors and blunt rollers next to you and like all strands of marijuana, you don't have to do it. We don't force anybody to do anything, but he chose to do it. But at the same time, it's like not to pick on Lamar because this is just an example. Obviously, he's known for, obviously he's been addicted to, you know,
Drugs,
drugs,
yeah.
right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just alleged. This is what's out there. I'm just repeating what's already been put out there. But yeah, so you bring somebody who's supposedly that's already been through the wire with it already, so to speak, no pun intended, and you bring them on here and you saying like it's just like me and you going on there and it's like, like training day when he got him in the car and told him to hit this. You know what I'm saying? Like at
Mm-hmm.
first we probably come there, it's like, man, nah, we good. We just gonna do the interview. We gonna stay sober. And it's like,
Or like Wayne Brady told Chappelle.
oh, you either do this or we got a problem. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Basically, that's basically him. The only difference is like,
Hey,
think about it.
get
It's like somebody just drinking it and think about average interview on there is what 2 hours, right? Think
that.
about somebody smoking and drinking in your face the entire time, right? Cool, you can't get drunk, but I mean the secondhand smoke from the marijuana, bro.
The
You gonna?
temptation is there. Yeah,
I about
that's
to say
like if somebody eating. That's like if it's somebody eating in your face. You can't tell me that you're not hungry.
yeah, like
You
after
can't
right,
tell
like
me that you don't want some of what they got. Especially if you really are hungry. Like if you
or
obviously if you're not hungry, you're just not hungry. But if you're
or
hungry and they eat it in your face, tell me you don't want it.
or you're gonna be very curious. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be very
Yeah.
curious. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be very curious. Like, what is that? So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you're right. So yeah, you're just gonna get enticed on that show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they be acting like, oh, we don't force anybody to do anything. Like, yeah, I know that's just like legal platforms to cover your ass or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
let me hit.
if you got if you
Go
got
ahead.
if you got a tray of weed, like obviously we can't see it, but I'm sure there was probably a tray of weed off to the side, right beside Kanye. Obviously, for him to pick up and
Of
smoke if he
course,
wanted to.
of course,
Obviously, they probably had shots of lined up offside that we couldn't see for him. Had he wanted to take those shots, so I know the stuff is probably right there, probably within arm reach of him. You know, so
of course. I mean, look how the liquor is spread out. Hell, the way the camera angles is set up, hell, they have to shoot the cameras from up here just to fucking of not get, you can't get a full dead on shot because all the goddamn liquor in the way.
and
Hell,
what
the
can you?
camera they be confused. The camera, it looks like they have it damn near on like almost autofocus because hell, they don't know whether to focus the camera on the camera. If it's on autofocus, the camera's confused. Like, do you want me to focus on this label on this liquor bottle or the fucking actual face? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have on face detection. You know what I'm not saying I can do a better job because obviously it's like a different type of setup. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. It's room for improvement for the show, but I give them their props for what it is. It's definitely something I don't say new, but it's a different perspective on what we're usually actually seeing. Where there, it's more so and this is where N.O.R.E meant right as far as where they're calling drink champs. He's like, that's the point of their platform is where they can come out there. You want people to come where they don't feel like they're scripted and can't say what they want to say. So, and that's what we thought Drink Champs was, and that's what they did. And then, you get somebody on there
And then
like Kanye.
when they really got what they wanted, now it's a problem.
Yeah, because they're thinking worst case scenario, right? And I don't know, but this is my opinion. They probably thinking like, yo, if he does go crazy, and I'm not
Is it
talking
talking
Ye,
about Adidas or about the Kardashians?
yeah, and not even just Ye, but just in general, they're like, if the person do get too much to drink and just go off the deep end, the only we gonna go through the roof, but they're hurting their own career.
They're gonna suffer. Yeah, we're
Yeah, so
only gonna get better.
yeah, so if anything, we just gonna grow. while they suffer, and this one kind of like, well, we're gonna hold you guys accountable as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
this
That's
one kind of did him. Yeah,
yeah, this
and
one
now
kind
he's
of
trying to go apologize. And now he's trying to go apologize
right.
to cover his own trail. Cover his own trail.
Yeah, and I saw one little joint floating around where Kanye, I guess, was did like a little another interview where it seems like I think he borderline apologized, but I don't know. So I'm gonna play that video in just like a second. But let me test the chat real quick because we kind of haven't done that. But appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us that just came through, man. Y'all smash that like button if y'all haven't done so already, man. So let me hit the chat. We got Jay Brooks in the building, says, all right, okay. What up, sneaker fam? Manny with the kicks, of course, says, what it look like, chat. Says Manny with the kick says, I'm deleting that interview. And deleting that interview that does that prove Kanye point? Uh, you know what? And I saw Dunks. You said that right before the live. Me and Dunks were kind of chatting. He saw that, and he's like, I mean, that is a valid question. Do you think that them taking that interview down pretty much covers? And now I'm gonna say, yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right on
I
this one,
do.
man. Like,
I
yeah, you
do.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I
like
do.
that definitely proves a point. Because if anything, the thing is, they did take it down, attempt to edit it, but see, with that video being 3 hours long, bro, like, you got to scrub to and find the points, which they should have a team to be able to do that. But I'm assuming somebody still missed something where they thought they covered it all, you know. Um, let's see. Mental Kick says Dunks 100. Got Dunks in the building. Mental Kick says, "What's the drip for today?" Chat. Okay, cool. So glad we on that one. For me, right? I don't know if y'all. I've been having a busy schedule just these last like few weeks, but I was physically in the office today. Of course, on feet. The kid had the Travis Scott dunks, man. Them
Easy.
joints. I had to re-relate. I had to relace them joints. They come super tight though. But once I got them loosened up like loosey goosey, so man, you couldn't tell me nothing today, man. What'd you have on feet?
Work attire, man. I was at work all day, straight from work to the live. Just
Okay,
the
that's what's
grind.
up, man. That's what's up, man. That's what I said. People, we put the grind in on this joint though, man. Dan Anderson says, "What up, fellas?" Jay says, "Wore some patent bread ones to the grocery store today." Hey, okay, that's what's
Hey,
up.
okay.
Sheesh, nice. We got Visualize in the building says, "What's good?" Manny with the kick says, "Brooks fire." Dan says he is more worried about his voice and trying to accomplish something than he is sneakers. Dude, loaded. He is willing to get hurt for this. He has said it himself. Screw these cancel people. In my opinion, yeah, I think
I
at this
agree.
point, yeah, I think I will say this, man. On some real stuff though, not to just pick on Kanye the whole entire live, even though I know this is about Kanye. Um, I think he's showing that he honestly, what I'm getting from this, if you really break it down, man, homie hurt, man. Homie's hurt. He's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what kind of like, and Manny, you can attest with me this when Manny showed me one thing too. I said, I don't know what kind of what Kim got, and I'm talking about as far as like physics, like she is attractive, right? Let's keep it 100. But as far as like I don't know what Kim doing. I'm gonna say the edited version. I don't know what the hell Kim doing in the bedroom, but I mean, it
I mean,
must be a
he got 4 kids out of it, so
I mean, yeah, she didn't carry all of them though. No, not taken away from her, but he didn't. It didn't work like that. They did for like the first one or the first two, I think. I know way too much about this family.
what do you mean
Anyway,
she didn't carry?
she had a surrogate. That's where
Oh, okay.
yeah, well they it's their child and their DNA made, but they put it in. And I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm not a woman, but yeah, I think the surrogate is the person who carries the baby for
Child
them.
for you, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like extra. I think it's like starts at 10K or whatever. I don't know. And you can actually pick all the feet. I don't know. I've never done it. I've just heard this. So yeah, it's one of those. So yeah, I'm not trying to take away from Kim because she is attractive. But I mean, at the same time, dog, it's kind of one of those like if you was to just like I said this before, man. If it's I know that's stinging, right? Because I don't think he's flipped out more until that. They must have had problems way before, man. I don't know, man. But it's bleeding into his work, and that's the sad part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and to be honest, to play devil's advocate, his normal and our normal is two different things. Like you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
See, like me, if I was going through something like that, I'd probably be stressed where I wasn't giving my all at work too. The difference is I probably wouldn't be as vocal like Kanye is. I don't know. But maybe that's one of the things we can take into consideration, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm gonna double down, bring this back to sneaker content. Like Adidas, right now, I don't. I think Kanye is test. I know he's doing a lot of this, and we've said this as well. Maybe he's doing this to just make sure Adidas drop him because he really wants to just be off and done with them. But I'm almost positive they're damn near afraid to. You know, they have come out and made no statements about it or anything. You know, and it's like, and I've seen, like I said, I've seen some people that's coming in my comment section saying like, dog, right now I can't support Ye. I ain't buying none of his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something I don't say unheard of, but I just hope I don't know. I don't know who can really step in and really, catch him before it's too late, so to speak.
I agree. Hey,
Because he's
I'll give
going.
hey, give me 1 sec, okay? I'll be right
Go
back,
ahead.
guys.
Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah. So Dunks is stepping away real quick. I'm gonna put myself on the Actually, I think Dunks just cut the camera off, so I'm gonna just leave it like it is. He should just come right back in. I don't even want to mess with the flow. While Dunks is gone, what I'm gonna do is read through the chat. Of course, y'all let me know if audio is okay, visual okay. And I know what y'all saying, like Jeremy, y'all been on for 51 minutes, dog. If it ain't okay now, we would have been said something. But just regular routine things over here. Many with the kick says, I wore the Union 2 gray fog. Okay, sheesh, nice. We got Kwame in the building says, got called into work. Smash that like button. Yo, appreciate that, Kwame. Y'all definitely hit that like button if y'all haven't done so already. And Kwame, I know you got me on the playback, homie. So much appreciated, much love all the way over here, fam. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to Kwame. Manny with the kick says, go get that bag, Kwame, most definitely. Jay Brooks says, Ye has already been talking about Adidas crazy, most definitely. Manny with the kick says, Kanye West only wish death on Jews who did him wrong or the Twitter fingers gone wrong. A from Shoe Nation, we got Shoe Nation says Dunks and Jeremy most definitely. Man with the kick says Dan Howard Stern said Kanye's like Hitler. Dan Anderson says it's America. He can say his opinion right or wrong. People don't deserve 50 million because Ye said dumb shit that was wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. You can give your opinion, but he tried to put it off as a fact that that he knows that he died off that when it's not really a fact though. But I'm with y'all though. He don't. I can't say what the family deserves, but 250 milli. Yeah, I don't know. And me and Dunks both agree. Like, I don't think he's gonna get that right. Okay, so I don't think he's gonna get that. Yeah, I think Dunks. He just cut his camera off, so I'm sure he'll be back because it looks like he's still on and everything's still up. Pause. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna get that at all. But I don't know. He gonna have to come out the pocket a little bit though. He definitely gonna have to come out the pocket. Um, let's see. Where did I leave off? Manuel the Kick says Shoe Nation 100. Manuel the Kick says George Floyd's family files 250 million lawsuit against Kanye West. Maybe Ye learned how to shut the fuck up and stop changing the narrative. Bing. Hey, I gotta make some noise for that one real quick, man. Let me make some noise for that one, man. I ain't hit the button all I ain't hit that joint all night, man. I ain't hit that joint all night, man. So I don't know where the hell Dunks is, man. Like he stepped away, but he's still active. Cause like if his connection would have dropped, it would have just brought me back to the main screen. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it on for a little bit more. But he said he'll be back. I think I hear him coming back now for sure, for sure. But let's see. Um, let's see. Let me get back on the chat real quick. I'm just catching up on the chat, homie. You good?
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I was just talking. I was like, man, I know he didn't like. I think you just cut the lens off, but you good?
Yeah, nah. Nature called, so
It's all good. It's all good. I'm just reading through the chat. Karen K says, I think he should be sued. He needs to learn how to keep his mouth shut. Just like Trump, they can't keep talking off the wall, so you gotta hit them where it hurts. That's a fact. Tell them again, Karen K, for the people in the back. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you on that. Deacon Ariel says Jeremy and Dunks. What up, family? What up, Deacon? What up?
What's going on? What's going on, Deep?
Most definitely. We got Dan. He says, then I guess no one wants free speech. can't have it both ways. Ye should shut up. I agree, but if you want the sacrifice rights one by one to prove a point, then I can't say your opinion is wrong. True, and I think that's where Dunks is at with it. I mean, the only
Hmm.
thing with me is that like he can say that he should have said in his opinion, but you know what I'm saying. You also you got to be willing to deal with the backlash of what comes with it. And I'm pretty sure Ye is more than prepared at this point because I think he's just accepted it, and you know what I mean. But as far as that family, I just feel like there was some innocent bystander and he hit him with a straight bullet. So I mean, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like they was them.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell they've been doing, but we ain't
That's
heard nothing.
almost. I mean, it's almost like Willie D. What speaking on Kanye's mom.
That was too far too, yo.
Hmm.
That was too far. Didn't what did he say? Like he said, what did he say about
He's
it?
basically he said that he was the reason that he said that he was the reason she died. He said she probably committed suicide because of him.
Yeah, right. Because I remember you sent it to me, but I know this was like 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But yeah, that was a bit much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That my thing is like we said, clearly some upstairs ain't clicking with him right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. Don't take no shots at the man. This is my thing. I feel like going at the dead, and this just
I
goes
mean,
across the board.
I mean,
Not just
it's different. Yeah, it's different. You speak on his wife and his, because
yeah, you
she
yeah,
can. She's kind of here to defend herself and speak up for herself, despite what they're going through. But
yeah,
you can't really see his mom, who's dead, and you speak ill of her like that. You didn't only disrespect him, you disrespected her in the same, all in the same sentence. She's not
most
really here
definitely,
to defend herself, and he's
most
not in the
definitely,
mental state to defend himself or his mom.
most
And
definitely.
you being kind of like a legend in the rap game and somebody that he should look up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most
You should
definitely,
be giving him the advice on how to deal with all this instead of
most definitely.
speaking negative, especially on somebody that's clearly that's unstable right now.
Most definitely. I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, like, even when you sent that to me, like, you know how we react. And then, I thought about, like, man, that's below the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little bit much. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Let me hit the chat again real quick. Let's see. Rachel says, "Hey, all Ye was saying how his wealth is gonna go down. It sure is now. The family deserves some money for that lie. That's a fact. Yeah, he. I just honestly, I'm to the point where I don't think, and I'm with Dunks because Dunks, you said this earlier. I don't think he really cares anymore. Like, I don't think it's phasing him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna realize it till it's all, so to speak, till that mug
Like
all gone.
the man. Let's just face the fact: 100 people can sue him in a month, and the man will never go broke. So
I, I
money will he will always have money coming in, always have money coming in.
yeah, but them lawsuits and stuff, he gonna
Yeah,
feel it,
yeah,
bro.
but the checks he receives are a lot bigger than the money he spends or that gets taken out.
Uh, I don't know. He's also said on that Drink Champs interview where he's buying girls,
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
that, and
he
the
did say
third.
that, but he's not doing that. He's mental right now. We all know that the stuff
So
he's talking
you
about is a
think
lie.
you think he
You know?
talking shit? Okay, so he's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know he's not doing that because he's still hung up on Kim. He's not taking nobody nowhere. He's
I just
probably he's probably staying in like I say in a hotel somewhere, just from city to city, staying in hotels, and got probably like 3 mansions just vacant. You know?
nah. You remember he told me nah. He ain't tell. I said like I talked to him, but I remember he did one interview where he said like he takes everything that he owns in the damn little suitcase and that's what he lives out of. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I believe that. I believe that. Well, not at this point. I believe his ego is there now. So I'm sure he probably takes probably about 4 people with him to dress him. Everywhere he goes.
You need 4 people to get dressed.
Hey, it's Kanye. He
I
need,
was about to say, I knew you was about to sound like, watch. I about you was about to say, yeah, if your name is Kanye, yeah, man, whatever.
So I'm saying he probably take about 4 different stylists with him. To pick out pieces to look at stuff. To dress him. You know what I'm saying? At
Yeah,
any given moment wherever he's at. So, like I say, I don't feel like that he's just staying in one place at this point. You know.
Yeah, it's a fact. Let me hit the chat. Yeah, he's definitely all over the place, as he should be though. That's this
Mm-hmm.
line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel says, read that one. Let's see. Man of the Kick says Deacon, Karen, Walter, make the sirens. God Dan says, you know how many insane lies were told about Trump? Do y'all want him to get money for all those lies too? Valid point. Valid point, Dan. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never really think about it from that way, but you got a valid point on that
So
one.
I'm saying, man, this is go back. Like just because somebody speaks bad about something, shouldn't if you every time somebody speaks bad about something, shouldn't they be able to sue?
Yeah. I mean, you technically can, but it's just one of those. It comes down
Like
to it.
that's just
Is it
ridiculous.
really worth it? Is it really
You're
worth
saying
it?
it's very like you say it's very doable, but it's ridiculous. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
certain instances, yeah, like this, yeah, obviously they deserve some type of compensation for the mis and false information that was put out about their you know that recently passed family member. Uh, but like I say, uh, them trying to seek maximum payout ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's just true. And I see that Rachel
And that's
said,
what I was trying to get at. You know, that's all I was trying to say from the jump.
yeah, true. I get what you're saying. I mean, like, and I told you this, like when we talked about it,
Yeah,
yeah, yesterday. I was like, I know they ain't finna get, they gonna get some, but it ain't finna be
yeah.
that.
That's what I was like. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, they already gave him something. They're not gonna give him. They're not gonna pay him twice. Not like that. You know.
Yeah, yeah, true. Rachel says he needs a guardian like Brittany, like a guardianship. I think is what it's called.
I agree. I agree with that.
Wow, Spears has at this point. Also, him and Candace needs to shout out ASPCA, Goodwill, and other nonprofits that should have some bad apples. This is true. Yeah. And then I
Mhm.
also seen low key where him and Candace, and this is alleged, but I also heard slash borderline and there's footage out there. I haven't seen it myself that those White Life Matters T-shirt they took them to homeless people and was just handing it out to them. Yeah. So Dan
Wow.
said, yeah, I know, right? Dan says, I don't disagree with you on that, but we can't lose free speech in the process of idiots spewing hate. That's just my take. This is a very slippery slope. Just my opinion. I agree with you, Dan. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is a thing at the end of the day, before we even go any further, what me and Dunks, as you can see, me and Dunks have I have my thoughts, Dunks have his thoughts, but then I'm not gonna say, well, I don't, you know what, then I don't agree and
Yeah.
I'm mad, blah blah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day,
It never becomes to the point of a clash. You know.
this like I said, y'all, there's no right or wrong answers in here, so to speak. And my thing is this: at the end of the day, when we cut this live off or when we go to bed at night, Kanye, I don't know about y'all. Y'all may have met him. I ain't never met him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't think he really gonna give a you know what about us and what we think. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hey,
giving my 2 cents because of
hey.
yeah,
No, I'm saying no. Finish it, but I was just speaking. I guarantee that the regular Joe off the street is not gonna care about your opinion.
exactly.
So you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
what I said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at your like. There's nothing you could say about this man that can really, like I said, this is really more so the reason we got to talk about it, or we don't have to, but the reason we brought it up is the cultural impact this man has brought. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't think like I know you're saying it probably just not just for us, but through the chat. But homie, trust me, me and Dunks have always agreed to this. Is probably low key what keeps us like we literally. I forgot what the hell was about to get started on yesterday, but Dunks like, yo, you ready? Let's go. If you really trying to debate, let's go. Dunks, you know what I'm saying? And then one, I just like, man, honestly, it was like 9, 10 o'clock, bro. I'm like, I'm tired, man. I'm gonna do this tomorrow, but it is what it is. It ain't. I know whatever me and Dunks agree about or disagree on, we're never not gonna be cool over something that like you don't got it. Well, I don't got it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Hey,
you know,
I'm just giving my honest opinion on how I feel about things. You know. I
most
mean,
definitely. And it's just
I
like think about it. Dunks has had time to like let this all sink in because I'm pretty sure when we first saw this stuff, we was on the same page, and then you really thought about it. You know what's ironic too? Um, Joey Badass came out of nowhere and doubled down, and he said he didn't agree with all of what Kanye said, but he kind of offended him. Where I mean, he kind of proved basically what you said or what somebody said in the chat earlier, where this kind of proves Kanye points that he said that now y'all taking his stuff down. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that ain't really fully agreeing with Kanye, but at the same time, like you said earlier, I hate to say this again, his delivery sucks, but he has a point to some of the stuff that he puts out there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, does he take forever in a day to get to that point? And that motherfucker, sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what the hell? Okay, that's what he meant. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I mean? Homie really be out there in left field. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. Rachel says, then he's sending money. He's sending money. Black people and sneaker cultures co-sign him to a cause that spews hate on the black community. Um, I feel like Kanye plays, and this is just my opinion. I feel like he plays that black card when convenient. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he gets with his certain buddies. It's like one of those what are that? And I guess this is a sign of his bipolarness, and it's just my opinion and what apparently is out there. But he gets on that mode where where with one set of people he's like this, and he gets around another set of people he's like this. You know what I'm saying? Like he what's that? They try to play both sides. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
have a family member like that, and I can honestly say and you know who he is.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
he does that with he has a different he has and he always he actually says what he has what he says quote unquote, which we haven't seen the paperwork, but he says he suffers from bipolar as well. He shows a sign like bro, like
Oh man.
we gotta have that's an offline conversation,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh man, I already know, man.
But
Oh
yeah,
god.
so like he hit us with that all the time. And like, cause he, in fact, he low key does what Ye does. Cause sometimes if you was to sit down with him, he'll start off. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, and then like you blink your eye and you're like, what the hell were we just talking? This ain't what we was talking. You know what I'm saying? What the no, like no, I don't agree with this. You know what I'm saying? And of
Mm-hmm.
course, he says, he's a walking contradictment, but it's family, so we accept it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put his information to say who that family member is. We got a large family over here, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. But Dunks knows exactly who it is. Um, and yeah, you know who. Yeah, you know
Oh
exactly
yeah.
who I'm thinking about. Um, it's only getting worse over the years. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say, man.
Man.
Betty with the kick says the media loves propaganda, but Ye don't know how to troll though. Yeah, he. But if you think about it, since the beginning of time, though, Ye's always kind of low key had a problem with media, and I'll say like
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen the signs of it until like and I hate to keep bringing up his mom till his mom passed away. You know what I'm saying? After his mom passed away, you seen more cameras flashing, like he breaking cameras, get that, you know what I'm saying? Like he had his kids on it at one point. So yeah, maybe Ye has a point. I mean, he does have a point, but he's always had little issues with the media to the point where it's coming. And he's always said like random. I mean, this is the same guy that we can take it back even before his mom died. Remember when he said, hey, George Bush don't like black people and broke the internet on that one. So I mean, it's not like he's not said wild things before. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just, I guess, how low are you willing to go? You know what I mean? Because now it's kind of pushing the limit. And one of the things they say that you shouldn't talk about in the workplace, and unfortunately for Ye, his workplace is social media, the media in general, the studio, pretty much anywhere where there's a camera that can be out there. That's pretty much Ye's workplace now. Let's just keep it 100. And in the workplace, they say, if you want to keep things straight, there's three things you don't talk about. It's religion, politics, and how much you bringing in. Granted, I'll say the how much you bringing in, which is the money aspect. That, in my opinion, that's kind of in their field, in Ye's field. That's kind of you want to talk about how much money you bringing in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I hate to say it, but that's part of the rap culture. Unfortunately, like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah,
Was you gotta brag on the bag.
yeah, you have to brag on the bag so everybody. It's like for them, I don't know if it's more of a competition or of like, hey, I'm setting my goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? To you,
Mhm.
I want you to do better. Like Pharrell said, I'm setting it out. I say it out there because I want people to do better than this. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep the numbers going
Right.
up and up. But
Yeah, he said
I
you can do this too.
yeah, but like in the regular workplace, like say like me and you working the same job, and then you be like, and I be like, yeah, I'm making X amount, and you're like, they gave me
Man, what
this.
do you do that I don't do? Like,
Yeah,
they talk,
yeah, yeah.
you don't hear like rappers or movie stars saying that, like, man, that movie, my movie was better than his. You
Well, I
know what I'm
think
saying? Because they
yeah,
respect the craft. You know.
yeah. Well, I think the difference is where they're like, well, the people have spoken, and this got more views, this, that, and the third. Where you
Mm-hmm.
know, you can argue all day whether does numbers matters or not, but I will say this: they may not matter, right, to a certain extent, because I have seen some stuff where everybody beyond them, like I don't get it, it's not for me. But I will say this: numbers don't lie. So obviously, that person
Yeah.
did something to get people's attention. So you just got to look at it from that point of view, unfortunately, and that definitely sucks. So, um,
Yeah.
Rachel says at Dan, he can invest in any platform he chooses, which I think didn't I show you where he said he bought his own social media platform, right? Wonder what he's actually gonna do with that. Just curious. Because I know that's the thing, he's done so much. He's in the media like every single freaking day, man. Like I need a yay break, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he says, but I think it's hypocritical to say he's for the culture. Karen says Ebro compared to Kanye to Triumph Rosenberg said they're literally one and the same, and I can't agree more. Let's see. Rachel says, Karen, I agree 100. Men on the Kick says, Dad asked Rachel, N.O.R.E couldn't control Ye because nobody can. That is true. Yeah, if N.O.R.E couldn't, that I'll say that. I'll agree with Manny on that one. If N.O.R.E couldn't control Ye, nobody can. Is basically what you mean, right? Yeah, I'll give you that true statement. Rachel says Drink Champs put the interview on private now too, so he's still getting in cents for the views, but now the content is gone because of pushback, in my opinion. Okay, okay. So if you got the link, which all you take is one person to get the link to put it out there and share with everybody, and we still go get the, you know what I'm saying? If you
That was
really
not the
want to,
same link that you sent me, right?
I don't think so. They probably changed the link,
Yeah,
but
because that was an
maybe,
official like Drink Champs link. You know, so
yeah.
probably
What
like an
I sent you
off-link
was the
now. You know.
yeah. What I sent you was the official joint.
Yeah.
So yeah. Dan says agreed. Dunks. Karen says at Manny with the Kicks 100 says especially Ye drinking half bottle and smoking Zaza. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some people can't really, you know what I'm saying? Some people just some stuff you can't do what everybody do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like me and Dunks was saying earlier, you bring people around that whole platform, and I'll be damned if you don't get enticed to try something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like I said, we go there. I know for a fact. I'll be like, bro, let's go ahead and we might as well just go ahead and Uber there and Uber the hell out of there because I know me. I speak for myself. I'm gonna probably entice to probably everything on the damn. I'm not. I especially when they do the like, you got to pick one or the other. I forgot what they call the game, and then if not, if you choose both, you got to drink. Yeah, man, hell yeah, you got to go. Like Chris Brown was smart. He had his joint done at at his house. Like fuck it,
Hmm.
we getting fucked up. I'm already at home.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Y'all gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at Chris Brown because all honestly, I think Chris Brown is another person who's been through enough to know. I'm very curious what he would think because he's been very, very quiet lately, but as he should. But he's another person that's been through the ringer. Whether you can say he brought it on himself or not, but is it now that I think about it, majority of the is it just me? A majority of these like music artists or celebrities, like they get once they reach the top level, it's like they crack. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
You may be
because you
onto
gotta
something.
think. You gotta think when you got all this temptation, this lifestyle coming at you at 200 miles per hour every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got 1,000 women throwing themselves at you
I
every
was
day. You
just
got
thinking
you
that.
got you got all these annoying uh people. Let's just say people in your life wanting something from you every day. You got all these annoying people trying to get you to put your money into something they got every day. You got all these people trying to put you into their companies every day. So and you're only one person. So think, like at a certain point, you're bound to crack at some point. The pressure cracks are going to start. You're going to start to split. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
you going crack, bro.
especially with somebody like I say with Kanye, especially with somebody like Chris Brown,
Not
especially like
enough.
I said, they find success like at such young ages that they
Yeah,
become pretty much the primaries, and then just as life goes on and the years goes on, you just add more and more people to your life, and by the time you're like, let's say 23, 24 years old, you paying at least 20 people's lifestyle for them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm about to think
Just
about
for
it.
no reason.
Now that I think about it, not to just pick on Ye and Chris Brown, but who the hell and they put who when you reach their level, you know what I'm saying? Who in their position didn't crack? You know what I'm saying? Where they had
Exactly.
a lot of them cracked and then bounced back. But I mean, we can like we just had a text a little this morning. Like Mike Tyson had his moment where he cracked.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
showed it. Jordan may have had his stuff a little bit more privately, but I mean, he left the game and came back for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see who else. Like,
Michael
yeah,
Jackson.
Mike. Oh yeah, it's whew, yeah. I don't even want to get on my homie, man. R.I.P. man. R.I.P. to
Literally every Michael that you name has had some type of controversy with their success. Like you named all the Michaels this morning. Name out of those Michaels you named this morning, tell me one of them who didn't have some type of controversy with the success that they found.
yeah. This is true.
Right?
Even I
Even
felt.
down to the Phelps.
Yep. Yeah. You right. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, and it's like they, and it always when they at the peak of the career, it's like somebody's just always picking at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, and I'm not defending any of Ye's actions, but what I am trying to say is like, at the end of the day, man, we only human, man. We ain't gonna be, we're not robots, man. We're not gonna get it perfect
Hey,
each and
and
every
the
day.
only thing that separates them from us is the money they have, or the which, you know, that's
Yeah.
literally the only thing is their bank accounts, which money really has no real value, you know.
Yeah, especially when you
But
getting it like that, and you don't. It get to the point where at first you let's just like us, like man, we what's the pop off. We don't got to throw no number out there. You start seeing money you never seen before, and you're like, man, there's no way in hell I can f it up. Fuck it, just live. You know what I'm saying? And then
and that's yeah, and then life comes back at you in a month, you know.
yeah, reality come back in, and you're like, oh man, hell, what the hell did I
Yeah,
do? Yeah,
when them let's just say them 5 or 6 digits, when it went from 5 or 6 digits to 2 digits real fast, you know.
yeah, most definitely. Let me at the chat says Manuel Kick says dad asked Rachel. Read that one. Manuel Kick says read that one. Read that one. Manuel Kick says read that one. Dan Enter says I agree, Manny. They know that bringing him on there. That's why they bring him on to get paid for with ratings. Most definitely, that's a fact.
Exactly,
Which
exactly.
we
Said that.
brought that up. Yep. I mean, obviously they know he is finna go through the roof, and I think like Dunks, you can, and I'm pretty sure you're right. When he's on there, he's had the most watch views on their platform. So, you know what I'm saying? Man kicks exactly. Anderson Dan says, I don't want to upset anyone here, but I just want people to preserve free speech. The government has taken enough. We don't want to lose that too in these cases is all I'm saying. Yeah, we agree with you. I agree with you, Dan. I don't want you to think like I'm not agreeing with what you're saying because you have a valid point. You know what I'm saying? You do. Like, you know, and like you said, just because one bad egg is I don't want one bad egg to ruin it for everybody, but sometimes that's how it go. I don't agree with it and I don't think it should happen, but a lot of times that's how it goes. Um
Mm-hmm.
Rachel says everyone getting him the rope to hang himself with the terms of support business. His marriage is over. Shaking my head. This will hurt him more than sharing his ideas worth. True. And this is my thing, right? It was very weird to me. Chase, which is basically JP Morgan, is the people over the bank, right? He apparently had over 100 some million in the bank, and they told him he got X amount of days to get all his money out. We don't want his business no more. I'm very curious what the hell he tried to. What type of deal was he trying to get from them? Because he wanted a loan, right? And this is alleged, but he wanted a loan from what I'm getting from it, and I'm assuming I don't know how much money he was asking for, but if here's my thing, if 130, and if these are the numbers that he put out there, if 130 some $1 million don't get your business up off the ground, what the hell are you trying to do?
I guarantee he was probably in there, probably like, I want to talk to the owners, like the owners of the whole bank,
Yeah, and they're
like
probably
the
like,
owners of the whole JP Morgan, like not just the owners of that block that owns that land that JP Morgan is on. And he was like, I want to talk to the owners of JP Morgan,
they told
probably
his
in there
ass.
berating the employees, telling them that, just spewing all kind of stuff and saying, probably saying that he knows the owner of Chase and saying like that they would never do this to me, like stuff, you know what I'm saying, just some stuff. And then it got back to the owners of Chase, and they're like, yeah, nah, get him out of here, man. We don't need
Yeah,
his
like
business, we don't
I'm
need
about
his
to say,
money.
yeah, we already. Some people can get to the point where like, hey, yo, we already rich. Like, yeah, he holds a lot of money for us, but get his ass on up out of here. We,
But
you know,
yeah, hey, nah, not even that. It's, yeah, he's got a lot of money, but he's not the richest person at our bank.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look at it like that
which
way.
Ye apparently said this on the interview, and
He's
like
not
I'm
keeping
going
our
up,
lights on.
and yeah, exactly. And this is my thing, right? You're right, facts. But I guess like honestly, this Drink Champs interview, even though I didn't even get to finish it, it was so long, right? 2 hours. And no, actually 3 hours. I made it 2 hours and some change, bro. I could not make the 3 hour mark. And then once I saw that it was 3 hours and 28 minutes, I could not make it. But one of the things I do remember, right? He said, right, and we don't know if this is true, but so apparently Ye is, and this is Ye's what I saw what Ye said. So if it's false, he said it. This is just alleged from what I got from it, from what I remember. He said he's the richest black man like in America. Like, I thought that would have been like. So he's saying he surpassed Diddy and Jay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't seen none of these dudes'
Saying
bank
he
accounts either.
surpassed Dre.
Yeah, because
You know,
I can't say Dre stuff has went down, but Dre went through the divorce. I know he had to break off, the wifey with a bag, but he got it though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, he's still. I mean,
oh
that's
yeah,
like you said. That's financially, but asset wise, because that's if we're looking at it from that way. None of them technically have $1 billion cash wise.
most definitely, hell no.
So I'm saying, because we're gonna look at it asset wise, right? So of course he's still worth $1 billion. He may not
Yeah,
have it as much like in actual money, but with all the assets and everything he has acquired, he's still most definitely worth $1 billion.
I'm not taking that away from him, but I don't know. I wouldn't put him as far as richest black person. I mean, I don't know.
Oh no! And you got to think about even this, the the black people who choose to not be known,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
that's
have
a lot
those
of
two.
people. Yeah, that's how I want to be. If I ever get a crazy bag,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, obviously I'm gonna take care of myself and do that, but I don't
Oh
want.
yeah, of course. But live a private life, like I'm saying. Move to, like, I don't know, move to like, I don't know, I don't even know where, Idaho or somewhere,
I keep
just
living
up in the
high.
mountains, just up in the mountains of Idaho just
Nah,
by yourself with a few people you trust.
nah, I need my internet, man. I'll probably chill right
I
where
mean,
I'm
you can
at.
still be very wealthy and have your land and everything and have the top of the line stuff, but you just live secluded.
Yeah, this is true. All that to take
Like
in
nobody can
consideration.
find you, man. Just like 100 miles off the street or something.
Okay, 100 miles and running. You know what I'm saying? Um, Many with the kick says this soft society canceling anyone they want, but yay, not that easy because of his past and his cash flow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't. I don't. Can Ye? Can you say? Can you sit back and say? Can Ye really be canceled though?
No, because Ye is the type to open his mouth and say, "You can't cancel me. I'll buy the whole station or something like that."
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to if they because when you cancel somebody, you just say they're canceled, and then everybody ignores them and kind of never talks to them again, right? That's what we get. That's what I get from canceling, right? So my thing is, yay, it don't matter. Like, think about it. All the platforms low key tried that. but he know
Wait,
there's
so have
always
they canceled him or have they like deleted his accounts? Because if they delete his accounts, he can't get back on them at all unless they obviously.
he was in quote unquote. They said I guess they gave him a timeout, in which we have been saying this a couple of eyes. He deserves a timeout. So I know they had disabled his. They disabled his Instagram and Twitter.
Twitter.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's when he said I'm gonna buy my. Well, he just basically
Yeah, he
proved
was
what
he
you were
was
trying
kind
to
of
say.
going crazy. He was kind of going crazy on Instagram. I saw all his Instagram shit. So he was kind of overdoing it on Instagram.
Yeah, but see, this brother proves your point where you're like, hey, he just flips out and say, I'll buy this. So that's when he bought this little social. Well, I don't say little social, but he bought another social media platform. What's it called? Pillar or Parler or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
that's why he bought that because he's like, basically how you said, "Look, fuck it, I'll buy this." So that's what he did, and I
Like
guess he's.
remember that whole album issue? Remember, and when he put it on that little player thing,
Oh God, what was that shit called? I don't know. I know what you're talking about. The little
and it
circle
was
joint.
released only on his little website. Remember?
Yeah, and they bought it, but
It was for Donda, right? It was for Donda.
no, he did Donna, but there's a second version, and the second version is only on that little media player thingy. Well, he did it for that, but I think he put Donna on there as well. But I think like he also is able to like somehow they're able to access the second album off of it, but they didn't let it count because he didn't put Donna 2 on major streaming like platforms, so it doesn't really you don't know
Yeah.
the numbers of what it's really going for. So I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's Ye. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to cancel Ye, man. I'm on that all the way. Man with the Kick says, Ye fans want the old Kanye back, shaking my head. I mean, I low key missed the old Kanye, and I know he got a song where he got all that out there, but I kind of missed the vibe he was on. I mean, maybe he was on it, but just with less money. So I don't know. That's hard to tell.
Mhm.
Karen says, at Manny says, I just want him to stop and think before he speaks and stop shooting off with his mouth. That's a fact. Definitely just put your thoughts in consideration. And, you know, the Jews thing, that was a bit much. George Floyd thing, too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's definitely one of those. Sometimes it's one of those, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But at the same time,
Mhm.
it's not he it's him using that stuff for quote unquote examples, whether there's some truth behind it or not, you got to find another way to deliver it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But and then see, I want to double down and say, well, Kanye just keeps it real and says how he feels, but it would just be so much better if he just was a straight shooter, because maybe all these like beating around the bush and trying to get to this to explain what the hell he talking about, yeah, the average person is gonna get lost. And to him, he may say, "Well, that's just genius talk. Y'all don't understand." But it's like
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is different. You know what I'm
This
saying?
sounds like some mush mouth. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what mush mouth sound like, and this is what you talking right now, man.
exactly, exactly. Let's see. Dan says scary because anything that's hard to hear or mean or anyone wants to shut it down. Anyone always thinks their side is right. Ye is sick of being controlled and lost. But his delivery is horrible. Exactly. And I've been saying, y'all know I said that probably all Saturday before. This is sad part is I thought I was going to wash my hands on Saturday with talking about Ye for a minute. No, I'm lying, but I didn't think it would be on the level of where we're talking now, right? But one thing I kept saying, right? I was like, yo, I'm gonna say this. And I said this at the barber last time I was at the barber shop with my barber and the other barbers in there because they were saying, yo, yeah, on some other shit. And we all said this, like, he be right, but his delivery just don't you gotta you need to you gotta find another way to articulate that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And again, not that he's right on everything, but I say what he's trying to, the message he's trying to get out there, he accurate, but he need to take a different route. This ain't the route. But maybe in his world, he's like, yo, everybody's tried that, like, go along, get along, so to speak, and work your way to the top. And after a long, successful career where you're almost, obviously you can't
God.
even. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't really live to enjoy it anymore. Then we'll let you have this. You know, I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe he wants it now while he's still, suitable and in his prime, so to speak. I think he's what, 45? You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor. I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with fighting for it. I mean,
yeah,
but all these casualties that's in the way of it is kind of unnecessary.
most
You
definitely.
know?
Yeah,
All these stray bullets that's getting thrown, you know, to get to what you want or get to your point is kind of unnecessary. Like I said, if you got a problem with Adidas, say you got a problem with Adidas. If you got a problem with Diddy, say you got a problem with Diddy. With Jay Z, say Jay Z. With whoever it is that you got a problem with, direct it to that person. Don't
exactly.
be bringing like somebody, like I say, somebody from Chanel into this, because what do they got to do with it? Don't be bringing somebody from Complex into this, because what do they got to do with it? You know,
Exactly.
like don't be
Exactly.
bringing, like you said, you sent me this morning Cube. Now what does Cube got to
I'm
do with
about to say,
any of
man,
this?
Cube be
What does
so
Cube got
low
to do with
key.
any of this?
Exactly. Cube is so low key, and you gotta bring Ice Cube in this. And I will say this, Kanye. I mean, damn, Ice Cube gave the best response ever. Like, hey man, I don't know what the hell
Hmm.
you fucking talking about. I woke, and I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Ice Cube just woke up to the bullshit. I'm like, why am I involved in this?
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? He made it. If I had to guess from Ice Cube, hell, I ain't. It seems like he never even talked to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. You wouldn't even know that they even met.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing
Like,
that Cube is on. Like, I don't
yeah,
know
and then,
what
then
the
like you
fuck.
say, yeah, and Cube say, I just woke up to saying I'm anti-Semitic. Don't be saying I'm anti-Semitic, man. Like, don't bring that over here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know.
You know
So
what I'm saying? Damn.
shouts out to the big three.
Most definitely, man. Shouts out to Cube in general, man. He and the sad part is I know Kanye brought him up because Ice Cube was kind of one of those. If we're gonna say he's not the first, but he's one of the major. I get. I just thought about it. Right, what Ye probably meant, right? And I don't know because we're going off Ye's brain. Um, Cube is one of the first like artists to really, he chose the NWA. I ain't gonna say he ended it, but he walked away before anybody else did, and he never signed any paperwork. Remember that? And then
Hmm.
when he did sign his, he did a solo deal, a single deal. Remember when the dude said if he accomplished this, that, and the third, then we could talk. Yay. And then, Cube did it, and dude didn't
Hmm.
stand by his word. Then he came through and smashed through all the stuff. I'm going off straight off of Compton. So maybe that's where Ye's mindset is, where he's trying to say he's taking Ice Cube approach, but totally two different ways about going about it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I can see what you mean.
you know what I'm saying? I get what he's trying to use Cube as an example, and look where he is at now. But at the same time, Cube did that because
Like,
they, like I don't know, it's just different. And to be
like,
honest,
like
I don't think the thing is Ye's doing. I guess I know what it is. The difference is now we have social media. Cube them didn't have social media back then.
I don't think that Ye knows what anti-Semitic means. He probably meant it as in like trying to say that Cube is against record labels too and against what they're trying to do to people. So he would take the matters into his own hands, and he just put it as anti-Semitic. You know,
He obviously.
I don't think he probably knows what that really means.
Yeah, true. Like I said, I said he don't know, man. I mean, and that don't still. That's not defend. I'm not about to defend Ye because the thing is, don't if you don't know, that's the first. What's the thing when we get up here every time? If I do get on something where I'm like, oh, but I don't. Let me double. I don't want to get too far. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Even in my own video, I'm like, yo, I don't. And don't quote me. I say, don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? As in, and what I
Yeah,
say, I be like this: hey, don't quote me, or feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I say that all the time because at the end of the day, I'm like, this is what the hell I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not it. Cool. And but at the same time, I don't. I also don't deliver it in the form of and I'm not saying this was Ye's intentions because I don't think so. But I don't deliver things in the intentions of trying to harm anybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I have messed up in videos, and when I say people do stand by the yo Jay, it's actually this. Jay, you said this wrong. The only thing that killed me is like sometimes when people don't scroll through the comments and they just add the comment, I guess, and then I see like the same comment on the same video like 20 times. It's like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, I'd be like, well, I did tell them to correct me, so I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just accept it for what it is and keep it moving. Um,
Yeah.
but again, I don't think it's on no like offensive type of thing. Let's see. Memory Kick says facts, Karen, but that graduation Kanye, I wouldn't mind that one. um, it go hard, man. Pass and assist from Anderson, Bing Bong. Yay, alcoholic on the low. Can he live Jay-Z voice? I remember when he was showing up to the award shows with just like a bottle of like Henny. You know what I'm saying? And he
Mm-hmm.
would drink on that through the award show. And we can take it back again where he got up on the Taylor Swift joint and said Beyonce had the best song of all time and shit. Again, he was right, but damn, she lost. Get over it. You know what I mean? Um, Manny, but then it also let him produce one of his fire songs. But Manny says, facts, Anderson, Ye got white boy wasted. Oh, most definitely. They says they were putting it down. I was like, oh my God, this is a damn disaster. Of course, man. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
though.
You saw how fast N.O.R.E was drinking. N.O.R.E was like, and then like somebody in the like on the side told him like to slow down or something, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And he's like, I do this every day, some shit like that.
yeah, at that point, that's when they should have knew, at least for N.O.R.E, hey, the shit done kicked in. Because, at that point, at first you're like, if we would just started drinking, like, man, chill out, you'd be like, all right, man, you right, man. We just, we kicking back.
I
But,
knew it
like,
kicked in. I knew it kicked in once he started saying, "Yo, fuck all y'all, come kill me." Like that's why I knew it
oh,
kicked in. That's
God,
why I knew
bro.
that switch flipped. I was like,
I
"Oh, here
love
we
when he
go,
was doing
here
that.
we go, man." He's like, "Yeah," he doubled down. He's like, "Yeah, go." Was it fuck all y'all?
No,
He said,
like,
"Hold on, let
so
me say calm."
yeah, when Ye said that, like, y'all come kill me. I want y'all to come kill me. I love how N.O.R.E was like, no, no, no.
Yeah, he's like, hold on, let me say calm. Oh man, this dude, hold on,
Yeah,
yep, that's it. There we go. Here we go.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, yeah. That when he hit that joint, N.O.R.E was, oh. N.O.R.E knew that was his sign then to, hey, man,
To
shit's about to
cut
get,
it off, cut
yeah,
it. But nope.
yeah,
Somebody he probably looked to the side and they was like, you know,
yeah.
keep
Going.
rolling,
Yeah, hey, keep going, man. This shit is it's just finally getting good. Because, I
They
will.
probably did this and show him the numbers and say, you see these numbers, big boy? We just took you from a 20,000 view episode to a 50,000 view episode.
Because if you think about it, when they dropped the joint on YouTube, it was one of those premieres. And the difference
Mm-hmm.
between a premiere slash a live, like,
Well, I'm
the
sorry, why did I say 50,000? That's probably who jumped on it as
I'm
soon
about
as
to say
it came on.
that's where it started.
That's probably who jumped on it. Who as soon as it came on,
Yeah,
that thing is probably saw 2 million an hour into it.
yeah, because they kept it up for a good over 24 hours, man. So I mean, I know that joint hit the millies. Just imagine that shit was still up.
And like I say, that's not because of what he said. That's because who hosts Revolt, right? Revolt hosts Drink Champs.
Yep, revolt.
Revolt doesn't want any backlash.
Yeah,
They,
because
they could
what?
give a, they could give two shits about Drink Champs, about N.O.R.E, about Kanye, or any of. They just don't want any of that backlash because they're the ones who hosted it.
That's my thing, right? This is why I gotta call BS on N.O.R.E again, man. Um, This wasn't a live interview though. Like us right now, we're live. If we mess up,
Mm-hmm.
if we fuck up, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to wait till we end the live and go back
To
and
edit it.
find the spot and edit it.
Yeah, but
You
was a premiere, which means that it was
uploaded, yeah. A premiere
already
is a
already
video.
filmed.
Yeah. And then what do you mean? We don't edit them. Yes, the fuck you do, because there's an intro. Y'all cut between breaks and showed us little It wasn't like it was ads that they put on the channel, not just like like us, like on YouTube, they give you naturally those were there too. But you can tell like this wasn't a part of YouTube. This is like right now, if we wasn't live and man, you did an interview, and you know how you do like, oh, and this video is sponsored by, and I cut to another scene of like, hey guys, blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah
yeah,
blah blah blah. Yeah, they
yeah,
had
yeah.
all that. So that is that not a form of editing? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So That means somebody to put
The
that
camera
shit.
cuts, the camera cuts, all that, you know.
Yeah, that means somebody went back after they got through filming, right? Because I'm assuming this shit happened on They filmed this shit on Saturday or whatever. It dropped on Sunday, but I think it got filmed on Saturday. Don't quote me because I wasn't fucking there. But what I'm trying to say is, like, y'all,
Probably before that.
yeah, y'all watch this shit and y'all somebody had to watch it and edit it. You mean to tell me? Which I get it. The editor may be like, "Fuck it, that's what they want me to do. I'm editing this and get the fuck go home." Right? Then
It's just a job. I'm just getting paid, you know.
yeah, he probably didn't give a fuck. The cameraman
Mm-hmm.
probably didn't give a fuck. But you mean to tell me? And then, well, N.O.R.E did say this. I was gonna say this. I was like, you mean to tell me y'all don't watch y'all shit? N.O.R.E says N.O.R.E said this, and I'm just gonna quote. This is what I've alleged, and this is what I've heard him say. He don't watch none of his damn interview. He don't watch none of his shit. And I'm like, fuck out of
You
here.
gotta think. You gotta think about this. N.O.R.E already knows all these people. He's a celebrity. He's a rapper himself. He knows all these people with or without the drink champs. So this is just like literally a job to him. This is just a check to him because he knows Kanye with or without drink champs. You know,
But
think
I'm
about
gonna
it
tell
that
you,
way.
yeah, he does. But you mean to tell me nobody didn't see any hey man, you guys sure we want to put this out? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Nah, it's just a job to everybody there except Revolt.
Yeah,
You
true.
know,
Maybe and see, Drink Champs didn't give a fuck until a revolt because he did say that he got a call from Puff and everybody and everything about you know what I mean. He N.O.R.E said he got a talking to from. So I'm assuming Diddy made that call and said, "Hey man, take the shit down." You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how it truly
well,
went down.
and you know with Diddy he doesn't really want to be out of the good graces of his people either. You know,
Yeah,
because you got to
Diddy.
think he's a boss, but he got a boss.
Yeah, everybody got a boss.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care
So
who you is.
just like Nori them don't want to piss Diddy off. Diddy don't want to piss his people off.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So yeah, it's kind of one of those. We can say he say who went wrong, but I mean, at the end of the day, they know what the
Everybody
fuck.
the whole thing just went wrong. Like I say, it's just a job to everybody there. It's just a job to Nori. It's just a job to the DJ guy that's his co-host. You
Yeah,
know, it's just a job to the editors. It's just a job to the people who upload it. It's just a
yeah,
job to the cameraman. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They're
You know what
just
I'm saying?
there to get. They're just there to get paid. You
Yeah,
know, the only people there who honestly cared were Kanye and the producers at Revolt.
true, true. Let me hit this chat real
Nori
quick.
knew he was gonna get that bag from that interview, and he
Yeah,
probably
they
not
knew.
now. I mean, no, the check had probably already cleared,
Yeah,
but but
yeah. I
he knew
mean,
he was
yeah.
gonna get
It's
the bag from that interview.
what he was. I mean, maybe even not even the bag, but he's probably looking at like this going to secure us for another quote unquote
Yeah,
season or however the shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
if we don't.
Because
It's already
do they know how hard it probably is to get him to agree to do interviews right now?
most definitely. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like but I'm saying a lot of people seem
But
to act like
he
they're pushing
knows,
away.
but Kanye also knows. Kanye's like I say, yeah, we could put a lot of it on Drink Champs for having that temptation and stuff around, but also Kanye knows what's there. He knows the temptation is there. He knows the platform that it is.
Exactly. You know where the fuck it ain't like this ain't his first time interviewing there either. You know what I'm saying? This is
Mhm.
even though that part one, part two joint, that was the same interview, is just so long, they chopped it up to two parts. This is technically his second time being there, right? That we
Key
know of.
point, key point, like you said way earlier in the interview in the live, like you said earlier, you said it. He know who he can play these cards with.
Fuck yeah.
Like he's not gonna go on. He's not gonna go on NBC and talk that crazy stuff.
Oh hell no, he better
But
not.
he can go on Drink Champs because he know who's gonna watch it. Majority urban people who are gonna be kind of like they're gonna tune in to crazy shit like that. He's not gonna go on no conservative NBC and say no stuff like that.
Exactly. No, he knows. Yeah, like I said, he knows when he's got an on and off switch. I don't
Like
give a
like
fuck.
he he went off on Sway. He not gonna go off on uh no, actually he did. He just went off on that little reporter on what was it? I don't even know what channel that is. Remember the link I sent you earlier?
Who?
Yay, when he was like la la la, when the dude was trying to talk.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot that shit. I gotta pull that shit up.
But still, but you know what I'm saying? But like you say, he went off on Sway like that. He's not gonna go off on I don't even know any reporters on any other NBC
Ain't like when
lines.
he
But
you
you know
see
what I
what
mean?
yeah, when he go around like the quote unquote
Okay.
our culture, so to speak, he flips the fuck out. When he goes around the opposite culture, he's Mr. like, Mr. Please, he got a little bit more manners. You know what I'm saying? Even this interview that I
Mm-hmm.
had put, I may not even show this shit, but he was in the car riding to his next little adventure or whatever. He was then on some like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that he was like, he was more mellow. He couldn't get provoked, and he's more social. You know what I mean? Like he's not flipping the fuck out, but also he doesn't have mountains of. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate. He don't have mountains of liquor and weed around him either, and whatever substance that of choice he chooses to have. But don't
I'm
make it
sure.
right.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. True. It doesn't. It doesn't. And like you say, I mean, yeah, it just boils down to like, yeah, he pick and chooses what to say on which platform and who to say it to. Like he can slightly get away with a little bit of that slick talk on it, like on something like that, because it's more for the urban platform where
Yeah,
you'll be used to hearing stuff like that, But he's not gonna go on like you said. He's not gonna go on something like
my bad.
Dateline or Good Morning, whatever TV.
Yeah,
He's not gonna go on stuff like that and be talking about no death like that. He's not gonna go on
heck
and be
no.
talking. He's not gonna go on these world open platforms
Oh,
like
you
that
know
and
what I
talk.
just thought of? He
What's up?
apparently did an interview with and I think this is LeBron's joint. Even though LeBron wasn't there. What is it called? A shop?
Oh, that barbershop
Yeah.
show thing.
He
Hmm.
apparently did an interview there, but apparently, according to them, which they didn't even have to put this out there, they put it out there, not Ye. They put it out there. I guess the interview was so like quote unquote to
They
them.
took it. They didn't even air it, right?
Yeah, they didn't air it because it was so bad, right? So I'm assuming he was probably on that time there, right? Again, I'm putting in quotations where y'all could have easily just edited out the parts. But I mean, what he gonna do? It ain't like he
I mean, he probably said so much they were like, "Well, it's not even worth airing because everything he said is just so wrong and toxic."
yeah. And then at
They
that
say we
point,
will only end up with like a 15-minute interview when we slated it for 3 hours.
yeah, because obviously he was there for, we see how long this motherfucker stick around. So much so, what interview you got to take goddamn breaks. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, man, we
Yeah,
got to
what
take
you
another
done?
break. Hey, we got to take another break. Bro, hey, man, I would cut it. Hey, man, figure out what the fuck you trying to like say. Because, you know what I'm saying? We got other
Yeah, at this point, I don't even think it would be safe to even air anything that has
fuck
to do with
no.
Kanye. You
If you're
know,
smart, hell no, man. You know what I'm saying? This is just like one of those like it ain't worth the That's probably what the shot. You right? That's what the shot probably look like. All right, let's sit down and edit this shit. Dude, probably we gotta cut this out. Probably after watching 20 minutes in, it's like, bro, I'm not. Y'all don't pay me enough for this bullshit. Fuck this. I'm out. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And all right, well, it's not getting aired. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it
They
is.
probably pulled a couple people in there, and everybody was like, "Nah, I wouldn't. That ain't it. I wouldn't air this."
Exactly.
Like
Um,
it's not even worth sitting here for the 2 hours trying to edit it.
exactly, man. It's just
'Cause
crazy,
you should
man.
be able to what average time you should be able to edit a video if you got somewhat knowledge on it. What would you say?
Um, it depends on the length, of course, but I'll say like if you got like hours worth of footage and you got your little stuff already in between, because at this point, especially if you got a style already set up, all that stuff's already kind of pre in there. So you're dropping the footage in there,
Mhm.
and you should just be chopping it up. So give or take what you got to do. I'll say an hour's worth of footage, obviously you're gonna need at least a strong hour, and you're gonna need at least a couple hours, you know,
So
for
about
that.
2 hours average, would you say, for an hour,
Yeah,
for an hour video?
for an hour video, 2 hours, because you got to
No.
think about it. You're finna watch the whole joint. That's an hour long. You're
Mhm.
finna chop through. Unless you've already made, the only way you're gonna speed that up, you're gonna have already key points of what you want to cut and chop and how you want to do it, which you usually do. But even still, I would say you're not getting out of motherfucker without you're not getting out of there at least without 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's if I'm perfect. I never mess up. I don't need to backtrack. I got everything on time. Because keep in mind, you if you're smart, and I have fucked up on this part, and I'm guilty of this because I'm sure they all don't do this because I edit videos obviously consistently. But you after you get through, actually probably we're gonna say 2 hours and 30 minutes, bro. Because once you get to, especially something like this one, the yay shit, after you get through editing it and chopping it down, say you get it chopped down to like 30 minutes because you had to cut out all the bullshit. You still gotta watch that whole hour playback. You still gotta watch the whole hour to fill out what you want to cut out, put it together, and then you need to watch it back. And this part where you either gonna trust like I did everything along the way, I don't need to watch it back, which I'm guilty. Like a lot of my videos that I dropped this week, y'all. The thing is, Manny called me on it, and I didn't get offended. Where I was editing because I had a lot of shit to do, and sure, my videos are short. Where I should have just watched the fucking playback and caught the little error that I made. But I was like, nah, I'm good. Everything's lined up. Edit it, upload to YouTube. Here's a thumbnail. I gotta be out in like I'm gonna be late if I don't leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Then I come back to the video, check out the comment section, see what I'm like. Hey, yeah, Jeremy editing flaw. I'm not mad because it was a fucking editing flaw. I fucked up. But imagine like with someone on their level, you better watch the fucking playback. You know, but at the same time, you can get so comfortable where maybe the drink champ shit, like, hey, honestly, to be honest, I think if I had to guess, and I don't know, all they did was pick out from what I've guessed, right, and what it appears. And if they didn't, maybe it's just me tripping because it doesn't look like they do like no quality, no
Quality control.
color
Oh,
correction. They don't do no color correction from what it looks like. I don't know. Literally, it comes off like, man, just cut the fucking camera on, get the fucking work. They get the intro, put it in the beginning, put some ads in there, and get the fuck on. And it's like, but at the same time, do you watch the playback? But can you not blame them motherfuckers like, bro, I'm this shit in here is lined up because it'll tell you you can scroll through it and see, make sure everything is like synced, but you need to watch the playback for a certain especially with the shit that Ye saying, you got to watch the playback, bro.
yeah.
But at the same time, are you gonna sit back and watch a 3 hour and 28 minute playback? Think about it. So that means if they edited it, right, even if they were gonna edit his shit out, that was gonna be at least a 5 hour edit, bro.
Yeah,
You
and that's it. That's what I was trying to get at.
yeah.
By saying, and I was like, so do you think like with the video that got canceled? I was also gonna say use an average about 2 hours and 30 minutes to edit a video for an hour long video. So mind you, with Kanye, we know that he'll do up to 3 hours and 30 minutes. So if even say this, if even the top editor at that place couldn't get it to where they could say, okay, I can work with it to make it at least get some footage out of it. If they couldn't even get it to work, how bad was it? Fuck all how long they got to sit through it to edit it. That's why they're the best editor for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they couldn't even sit through it to chop it to where they could get some type of footage out of it, that just shows you how bad it was. And you
Right.
saying it takes at least 2 hours and 30 minutes, even with your style of doing things, to edit at least an hour long video. So this is 3 hours to 4 hour long. So that's at least what, 6 hours of editing time.
Most definitely, man. So like
And if the top editor couldn't get it to do that, couldn't get something out of it, then that just shows you how bad it was.
true. True. Like, yeah, I mean, and that be honest, dog, I'm gonna be 100. I don't think I could have sat back. Like, if y'all want me to edit the shit, and then think about too, another thing you got to bring in the timeline with this. They want to be at this point. Little snippets is already
Yeah.
like circulating of the interview, right? The key hot
Hmm.
points, right? And this is before the official drop. So that means to tell me, think about it. As an editor, like maybe all the other shits are like, yeah, take your time and edit it, just get it out before so and so, so and so. Okay, cool. It's Jay shit. It's hot. It's new. He has nowhere to go. We need this shit out. We need this shit out.
Yeah.
We needed this shit out
Think about
yesterday.
this. Think
Huh?
about this. How many editors they probably had on the video, working on that video?
Fuck yeah, you know, like because
How
think about
many
it.
editors they had sitting there watching the video to catch the little stuff?
Yeah, and but at the same time to play devil's advocate, not to hate on Revolt because they are a major platform, but it's been proven, and I'm not dissing anybody at Revolt because I'm pretty sure they all work hard for their money and they're very great at what they do.
Would you consider, because at this point,
But let me finish though. Let me
with
finish.
the uh-huh.
I was gonna say no disrespect, um, given Diddy's track record and the budgeting and everything like that. Because keep in mind, Revolt is a new network. It's not like BT and MTV and all that. I'm just gonna say this: as far as having the top notch, like top of the line, like editors and cinematographers, that's not what they have. I'm gonna just keep on. They're not pulling people out of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? You somebody who's got 6 months to edit the new fucking, Wakanda movie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This
These
is
are probably
different.
all like these are probably college kids out of Berkeley or something, out of
Yeah,
LA, you know?
yeah,
Kids that are
and
still in film school, you know?
yeah, and not saying he ain't paying them well. I'm pretty sure they're cutting a nice check, but at the same time, it's all. But we also got to keep in mind. I'm not trying to give Diddy no smoke here, but in my opinion, and alleged, let's just put it out there. We had several, if not all, or majority people who have worked underneath Diddy that are signing Diddy and say that hey, the pay. There's always when has it not ever been an issue with pay when it comes to Diddy? So I mean, I'm just saying that to say like he's also not saying Revolt ain't a big platform, but they also got budget cuts. Budget meets the editor top notch. This is what it is. Okay, cool. And the editor who knows his worth that would have sat down and got it and got all this style. I love Diddy, but at the same time, you got to be able to feed your family and your cause. You know your worth. You know what I'm saying? Is you can't. He's not going to pull somebody who's been working on the top of the line greatest movie of all time and say like, man, these guys just offered me, 100,000 a week. You want me to come down there for $1,000 a week? No pun
Mm-hmm.
intended. And you know what I'm talking about. Shouts out
Yeah.
to New Jack City. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, what do you think? Because the perfect question Nino asked him. He said, "Yo, what's the a good educated brother like you working in the bank? You already got a good job. You making it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you coming over here helping us for? I mean, I appreciate it, but that's the thing. You can't pull somebody who's working top of the line best movies where, yeah, my
Mm-hmm.
job is busy, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna come work for Diddy, you know?
I'm gonna come work
Like,
for Diddy for what? The status?
yeah, exactly. Because I would guarantee you, like I say, I'm almost certain that these are probably college kids that's doing this filming and editing, and they're probably getting
fresh out.
yeah, and they're probably getting somewhere in the maybe $2,000-3,000 checks, which is that's
Hey,
like I say, that's pretty
good.
decent money
It's
to a
good.
college kid, you know.
It's good, like
Pretty
it's
decent
good.
money. So I mean, like I said, like I say, it's not like you say, it's not like there's some Hollywood film like Hollywood editors and filmographers. You know, these are
Yeah,
just kids who just decided, who decided to go to college for film, and they're just working at what like I say. And this was what I was gonna say. So, would you even consider these things like Revolt, Complex, with all these little YouTube sub channels? Would you consider them even nationally syndicated? Right?
yeah. Why not?
And look, look, it took what less than half the time it took MTV, BET, all these TV channels that's on national TV. You know,
Well, the difference
it's
is
just all the
Complex. To the best of my knowledge, they never made it to TV. Not saying they ain't got the bag, but they just kept it
Well,
all on the internet.
well, yeah, and that's what well, that's only the that's the only difference between them. Like, and more people are watching the internet than TV anyway.
That's
You know?
why. That's why Revolt had to put a YouTube channel out, and it's doing its thing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like
Oh
Revolt
yeah,
started as a and y'all feel free to correct me wrong, but I think Diddy started out as a channel, but when he slowly realized that hey, more people low key don't have. A lot of people have cut the general basic cable shit out. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
If you got
Hmm.
internet, you can damn near watch almost what the fuck. You just gotta know how you want to do it or how you. And you got options. You got a cheaper
Yeah,
version of
you
a
can. What
cheaper
do you
version.
mean? Yeah, you can literally watch anything that you want. Any if
Yeah,
you know how to get to it, you know.
yeah, yeah. If you know how to get to it, you know what I'm saying. So I know Diddy's probably like, all right, cool. Um, Hell, we don't work so hard to get the damn Revolt network on an actual TV service platform. Ain't no point in taking it down. But also, there's been times. Also, we got a new subscriber in the building. Ludi Rivera's just subscribed. Hopefully, I said that name
Yo, what's
correctly.
up?
Appreciate that, man. New subscriber, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. Been on the joint for 2 hours. Didn't even realize it, man. But yeah, we're gonna read through the chat, because we're gonna have to revisit this joint, man. And something tells me, right? I'm no genius, but I have a feeling, we this is midweek. We still got Thursday, Friday, until Saturday. Who's the betting man that want to say if we get some more news about Ye or not?
Oh,
What
we're
you,
not done with we're not done with yet. He's not done yet.
yeah, this
You
is
see that
all
trademark? Did you see that trademark he said he's gonna file for?
what trademark?
He
The
said
Dove joint?
no, it's called what is it? He said it's called "fuck you, bitch."
No, I didn't even know. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but he apparently he filed a trademark for that.
I didn't even know. I didn't, wow. See, it's just never ending with this dude, man. It's never ending with
Yeah,
this guy, man.
like
God,
what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that? You know,
he don't fucking know.
what are your intentions behind that?
He don't fucking know. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? I mean, I love Ye. Don't get me wrong, man. But
I told you, Offset said it best.
what's that?
He tripping, but we love him.
Yeah. All said is right. Yeah, he tripping, but we love his ass. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100. Let me test the chat. Manny Kick says Sheesh Jones, Dan Anderson 100. Manny says Jay-Z needs to talk to Ye and Dame Dash plus his pops in the room. Facts, but it's one of those. If he's like an individual in my family, right? You, my, damn, I'm about to tell too much. Another one of my family members that say when we talk about this certain family member, we're like, yo, you can talk, but I mean, hell, you at this point, hell, we don't say what the hell that we don't say that we ain't said already. If he ain't got it now, hell, he ain't finna get it. And
Hmm.
and not saying this ain't Ye, we don't want to give up on Ye because I don't think Ye's nowhere near on my family member. But I will say this: like, if he ain't got it, hell, he ain't finna get it. And hell, at this point, you're just wasting your time. So maybe that's where Jay-Z is at with it. And Dame don't talk for free anymore, dog. Let's just keep it 100.
I mean, you gotta think about this. Jay Z's worked with Ye. Jay Z saw Kanye from the start, from his beginning of his career. So you gotta think about this. Jay Z put up with a lot of stuff that he doesn't even talk about.
Oh,
Jay Z Jay Z silently cut him off.
yeah,
You never even heard about it. You never even heard about like a beef between them, like no type of like clash, no type of like suing, or it was just a silent walk away. Like Jay Z was like, I'm not dealing with this dude no more. I got a daughter to raise. I got kids to raise. You know, I
most
got a
definitely.
wife and kids to raise. I can't babysit this dude's mood swings and his his mental state. You know.
Yeah, he
He said,
about to say,
I'm gonna do this album with him, and that's it. We done.
yeah, pretty much. And Jay's always been known to cut people off. He's cutting
Yeah,
R. Kelly and Kells off.
and silently, in a
I,
silent way,
in fact,
in the deadly way,
I'm about to
You know.
say, if you think about it, who the hell did he not cut off that he came up with?
But
Um,
you, like I said, you don't you hear nothing about it really in the media.
Yeah, not on his side
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, exactly. Like I said,
You know
because
what I'm saying? Because him and
Jay Z
Dame,
yeah, he know what he doing. He
yeah, him and Dame came up together, and then once Jay Z made a certain level, Rockefeller's not a thing anymore. I mean, we know of it, and I'm sure there's chains floating around, but as far as the business, there ain't nobody re-signing that. Um, and if you think about it, Dame was kind of like what Kanye was. He still is, but he's just more calm with it. But I will say this: Dame actually be speaking some real shit too. But yeah, he kind of reminds me of Kanye, so I can see where Kanye getting that vibe from. You know what I'm saying? But Dame was on that bullshit too. But he just nowhere near on the level of Ye. I
well,
don't want to
well, you
compare him,
gotta
but
think about this though. You gotta think about this. And early Kanye's career, who was he managed by? Who was he under? Dame Dash. So he learned a lot of his business tactics
from
from
him,
Dame
yeah,
Dash.
yeah. In fact, it was Jay was the one I don't think wanted to sign Ye. It was Dame who went on and pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, let me go ahead and sign." He felt something. Um, You just got to give him credit where credit is due. We had Glintz says 12 tribes of Israel wake up. Let's see. Manny says the pause of the night. Let's see. Key to the city says, "What's up, everyone? Didn't miss this one 100. Appreciate that, homie. Most definitely appreciate that all the way.
Oh,
Um,
what's up, Keith?
yeah, what up? Dan says, I do agree it was stray bullet and a shameful thing to say, no doubt. Most definitely. That's what I think it was. It was left field. It was one of those he could have used any other example, but he didn't have to take, what I'm saying? Like me and Dunk just said earlier, you taking a shot at a person that's already you taking a shot at somebody that's already dead. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's that where it's fucked up. At you can't take a shot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you see me right now. No pun intended. Not to sound negative. You already see him down, and you see that. Damn, he ain't breathing. Let me shoot him 20 more times. Like, no, like it's over. You know what I'm saying? You find it. You gotta find the unwritten rule is, and I'm saying, and there's nobody wrong, but the unwritten rule is you gotta find another example, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's just how I feel about it. You gotta find another example. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. Like I say, or direct the people that you got this anger towards.
Most definitely.
Or,
Exactly.
I guarantee you, they should make a platform where people who have issues sit down and talk to each other.
Well, I
Don't
just
host don't host an interview and let them talk about the person. The person's not even there to defend themselves. Then
yeah.
clearly, what's gonna happen? Most likely, what's gonna happen? That person gonna host an interview and tell their side of the story. Well, the other person's not there to defend themselves.
And then you got to keep in mind there are some interviews that are edited.
Yeah. So one of these is have an interview where the people can sit down together.
Cause one, that's too much like right, and two, it just I guarantee you that would go probably much more
Well,
because when you're talking to not always, because only the people that's truly about it gonna really do something. But half of these, this is what Gay was probably getting at when he was going off on Meek Mill and them and saying, "Do this, shoot me this." No disrespect, and I don't know what nobody gonna do, but I think Ye know that ain't nobody finna touch him because he's not finna put himself in a position like that. But like, granted, do you think he would have yelled at them like that in the room, like right there?
I mean, he low key did put somebody's business out when he was like, the only reason you out is because you took a deal to tell that you would exploit me.
Yeah,
So, you know, I wonder,
yeah,
is that like some truth behind what he said right there? You know what I'm
most
saying?
definitely. Like I said, he's talking. It's one of those. He goes too far. He speaks truths. He's speaking facts, but delivery is wrong. And reality is, it's like some people don't want, even though some people he just put their business flat out there. Even granted, he knows just enough to be dangerous, and that's the thing where I'm saying. But I'm
Hmm.
gonna double down on it and contradict this. He knows who to do that shit with, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knows who to do. Like he knows some people that like it's certain, like especially with him going back and forth from Cali and being in Cali. Well, they don't. You see how the what I mean. You see how the numbers is out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't some it ain't too many people that can't get touched in Cali, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a different whole nother
Well, clearly,
culture.
clearly, Ye's not one of them. He can't. They're not gonna touch it yet.
Oh, he could touch him. He just keeping. He's not touching on certain members. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, if he starts speaking on that stuff, then obviously, yeah, they're gonna come see him.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm convinced with no disrespect to Cali because I definitely need to get my ass out there and chill. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those if you don't know where to move and how to move, which Ye does obviously. But even those people who did was moving.
He stays in the same areas. Like the areas is
Yeah, like I said,
he's in Beverly Hills, man. He's a
yeah,
cop on every street at every light.
yeah. But again, we've seen people come and get in those neighborhoods as well. You know what I'm saying? R.P. to
Well,
Pop
yeah,
Smoke.
I mean, the cops will never outsmart the locals.
Yeah, R.P. to Pop Smoke, man. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Yeah. What did I say? Yeah, that's what I said. Rest in
Pop
peace.
Smoke, yeah.
I said
Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Pop Smoke.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Salutes. I thought you had me thinking I fucked up. Um, but yeah, you just
But
basically said what I said, the unabbreviated version. But
he kind of he slipped his address, man. That was a
yeah,
rookie mistake, man. That was a rookie mistake. The locals, man, they ate that up, man. That was you slipped that address, they do exactly where you were.
yep. R.I.P. to PNB Rock. You know, R.I.P.
R.I.P. PNB Rock, man. The locals ate that up too. She dropped that. She dropped that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle location. They already knew anyway.
I'm about to
I
say I
told, like
don't
I
think
said
it was.
last time, the
Yeah,
locals. I mean, the people work there were probably like, "Hey, we got PNB Rock up here," you know.
yeah. I don't think it was her. It's somebody. That shit already was somebody else. I ain't even gonna put that on the baby,
But
man.
yeah, anyway, it's rest in peace, man. All of these
Yeah,
people that
rest in
lost their
peace, homie.
lives, lost
Most
their lives
definitely.
unnecessarily, you know.
Yeah, on some BS, man. Let me
But
hit
yeah,
the
yeah,
chat real
you
quick.
have to chill.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me hit the chat. Um, let's see. Dan says I do agree. Read that one. Manuel Kick says key to the city 100. Key says at Manny 100. Dan Anner says that's why this chat is awesome. No, it's true, real discussion. One love for real. Most definitely, man. That's all we
Oh yeah,
trying to. That's all we trying to deliver is the real. Like honestly, man. If anything, if me and Dunks, I could say we want to agree on the accomplish. We want this just to be like, I want everybody to come here and say what they piece. Granted, if you get on something a little too wild, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna call at the same time, I'm willing to address anybody, man. But at the same time,
yeah.
there's no right or wrong answers in this shit. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
Just to
think
keep
I think at this point it's more like a family now where we can agree to disagree on certain things, you know, and
most
we can
definitely,
we can feel comfortable enough with each other to call each other out on stuff, you know.
most
Like I feel
definitely,
like they've been with us long enough. I feel like we've, you know, that they, we've seen them in the chats long enough to where if one or the other disagrees, that they can call each other out without it being a problem, you know.
most definitely. And I don't know if you realize this, but we've been doing this live shit. We started out once a week. We started this like
Yeah.
over a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, yeah, we're a year now, right?
We're at a year,
Over
man.
a
We gotta
year.
make some noise for that, man. Like honestly, the consistency, we trying to stay on top of it, man. Most
Oh yeah,
definitely, man. And the thing is that's the one thing when me and Dunks was having this discussion about doing a live, I was like, yo, from what I'm and this doesn't apply to everybody. Some channels just blow the fuck up, but I was like, yo, this YouTube shit, it's real, it's genuine, but it's a slow grind. But I said the one thing I told you, like, yo, if we start this, we gotta be consistent,
yeah.
heavy, because that's what it is. And
Hmm.
I remember whenever we used to struggle to get like one live a week, and then whenever I threw out there, and the sad part is when I said this, I said, "Yo, we're gonna start doing two lives a week." I didn't even tell Dunstons. I just said, "Man, we gotta up it just a little bit more." And I was like, "But I'm gonna talk to." I said, "I'm gonna talk to Dunks to it offline." He did. He's like, "What are you talking about? This 2 weeks?" I said, "Man, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, but we gotta do it." You know what I'm saying? Because at the
Hmm.
time, like you was hitting me with the ideas. I said, man, I didn't at the time. I really didn't fucking know. But this is living proof that if you speak some shit in existence, it just happens. And then I just woke up one day, I was like, all right, cool. We go on Wednesdays and we go on Saturdays. If those days work for you, you're like, all right, I'm with it. Hell, And we used to be like so crazy. Now we just let the topic come to us. Well,
Hmm.
okay. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
literally, yeah. This is like earlier. I was like, what are we even talking about today? And you're like, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
hey,
said. And then sometimes shit like Dunks will just hit me with this. I'm like, all right, cool. And then Manny been coming up with stuff. And like I said, we also throw out suggestions in the chat too. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
Or just
oh
in
yeah.
the comment. Y'all want us to touch on some shit. Me and Dunks will touch on it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
just what it is. Um, Let me touch the chat. Says Dane says, cheers, Manny. From Dan Anderson. Anderson from Manny with the Kicks. It says Manny with the Kicks says facts of the day. Ye need a chill pill. Most definitely. He needs a different delivery. That's all. I think if he gets on a different delivery and I think it'll be a different ball game. But I guess in his world, maybe he says he's already tried that. Manny says smart move from Chris Brown. Dan said, yeah, most definitely. It's happening at his
Oh yeah.
crib.
Lay low.
Chase, yeah, that was super smooth. Chris low key been trying to move right for years. They just been poking at him. You know what I'm saying? But you see her different Chris Brown from what we grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Dan says Chase Bank let Epstein stay a member even after he was charged with trafficking minors. So there are no moral police. LL, all about optics. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
Well,
Epstein. Yeah, go ahead.
and also you gotta consider Epstein was a very, very
No.
powerful and wealthy white man.
Yeah, and let's just keep it 100. Ye may be worth more than him, but Epstein been around a whole lot longer. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and the thing is, he handled his shit legally and shut the fuck up.
And,
You
and
know
and who do you think a bank is gonna respect more, a rapper or a stockbroker?
exactly. And Epstein, he the movie dude. He did all the movies,
No,
right?
Epstein was a stockbroker.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
You think about Weinstein.
Ah, you right.
Epstein was the stockbroker.
You right. You right. You right. You
Or yeah,
right.
he was the
I was,
accountant, the stockbroker, something like that.
yeah, I was thinking of Weinstein.
You think of
Wow.
Harvey? You think of Harvey Weinstein? Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
right.
we're
My
not here to
bad.
talk on
My
those.
bad.
We're not here to talk on those topics. I don't even want to touch
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
something
whole nother, yeah. My bad.
I
My fault.
never want to even
My
touch those topics.
yeah, my fault. My fault. My fault. My fault.
You
Um,
think about the other one. You think about the
yeah,
other one.
yeah. I was like,
The
oh,
other one.
this motherfucker. I was like, what?
Same crime, different man.
Exactly. Same crime, different dude. But yeah. Manny says I cop the Yay mini device off the crackhead for $40.
Nice.
How much was that joint when it was coming? 200, right?
Yo, Manny in the hot spot, man. I need to
Yeah,
get
I'm
into
about to
New
say
York,
Manny
man.
is one of those
Catch
like
some of them deals, man.
I'm just like this, right? Because Manny in New York, I'm convinced New York is one of those you can go here and get it, or if you're local and you know the spots like Manny, you can get what you want low. Why you think low key Manny got probably some of the most fire heat? You know what I'm saying? And
Manny
I'm
got
not.
like,
Yeah, he got
I'm,
options.
yeah, I'm sure Manny got like one of those dudes. I don't know to anybody who sings "Everybody Hates Chris," but that dude, the risky, the one who's the guy who got all the deals.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then like Manny knows somebody that works at Flight Club, bro. So he gets a tip.
Oh
Not hating Manny, just giving you props, bro. That's all. Just all
yeah, oh
props.
yeah.
Let's see. Manny says pretty fire if you make beats. Okay, cool. Says anybody got luck on the shot drop today? Nah, I took that. I didn't even try on those joints. They okay, but I just went up skipping, man.
Well, I
Honestly,
hit you yesterday, right? About the Famus and the Skate Like a Girls.
yeah, you hit me that, and then we had the shock drop of the it was the glow in the dark junk, the Halloween dunks. It was some
The
Halloween
dunks,
dunks.
yeah. Jeez, man.
Yeah,
I
those
wish
were
I could.
fire.
Oh,
Yeah, they okay, but to be honest, to me, the Halloween dunks, in my opinion, they're not topping the mummy dunks.
I knew you were gonna say the mummies.
They're not. They're not, man.
In my opinion, the best is if we're going off Halloween themed, and if we're going off, obviously, let's go off realistic because obviously we can't say the Freddy Kruegers because that's just unrealistic.
I'm about to,
But
yeah,
if we're
come
gonna
on.
go, if we're gonna go more realistic with the Halloween shoe, uh, I'm gonna give it. Let's see, what would I give it to? I'd probably give it to the dunks that's got all the designs on it, like the skeleton, the bones and shit.
Yeah, this is the Halloween dunk that drop. It's gonna drop again on 27, but this is a joint that like did like a shock drop. They're okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it just looks like an everyday dunk, honestly, though.
yeah, I think they
It's
just hit
still
it with.
nice though.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like I tell people all the time in my videos, you can't really go wrong with like gray, right? Okay, and then it's got the
Hmm.
glow in the dark feature. So I mean, like, it is what it is. I don't want to sound like I'm hating. Like I said, not a bad shoe, but I said, me, the mummies actually is obtainable for me right now, but it's something else I want in line of that. So I'm trying to go back. I'm going down history, so to speak. That's a hint for you, Dunks. Um,
Yep.
and you would take it with a grain of salt. Let me touch the chat. Says Main says read that one. Main says I had the Jordan 4 UNC end card, then got error thanks sneakers app. Okay. I didn't know they did the Jordan 4 UNC joint. I don't think they had those. I thought it was the 11 joints. True Nation says, wish those midnight navies was available in my size 11 and a half. Man says, I don't know why they just don't make most women exclusive extended sizes. I mean, as they should. This is true. Visualize said, I mean, they might as well. I don't even see the point of them even doing women's shoes and no more. Not just do it all men's size. Because women at this point, I'm pretty sure know their sizes and men at this point.
Yeah, and
Um,
shoes are almost universal, you know,
yeah, yeah, pretty
except for
much.
those select exclusives like heels and all that.
Yeah,
But
that's
sneaker
different. Yeah,
wise, shoes are
sneaker.
almost
Yeah.
blurred line at this point.
Exactly. Visualize says at Manny, nope. I tried copping UNC fours and Pine Greens, all sold out. Let's see. Actually the same. I would have copped the 11s if they were extended sizes. No, they wasn't. I saw they go up to men's 10 and a half. Manny with the kick says Nike weak for not having extended sizes on those Jordan 4 midnights for ladies only. Oh, I didn't even know they did the midnight 4. They did a shock drop on those too. Um,
Wow.
I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
What in the pen, my guy? Oh, some pharmaceuticals. Let's see. I'll just leave it there. Um, yeah, you know how it is, man. But who had the barbershop podcast first? Matt Hoffa or LeBron? I don't know. I didn't
I
even
think
know
Matt.
Matt.
I
I
think
want to.
Matt.
If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess him. I think LeBron's is new. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. Man says my money is on Matt. Yeah, I think we all agree with that. Uncle Trey says, "Hey, what's good? What's going on, family? What up, Uncle Trey? What up?
What's
What
going
up?"
on?
Um, and you know why I'm laughing, man, because of the comment you made on the one live, man. He said, "Oh, Uncle Pew."
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
this ain't no shot at you, Uncle Trey. It's just
No, but that's the
uh,
name. That's the name. That's the name of the album.
Yeah, that's off the Migos joint. Whenever he said "What up, Unc," that's like remind me when Dunk was on live. Well, I was on live and Dunks was just in the comment section, and we somehow brought up Migos and Dunks. Like, oh, the reason I knew to laugh is because I know my homie so well. I know exactly how the hell he reacted and said it. Way like the way you typed it, I read it how you would have did it, and I'm like, this man fucking with me, man. Stop playing with me. Um,
Man.
Manny says, "Yay, hate Jews for 1 hour and a half of a lot of editing." Yeah, that would have been that. There's been one hell of a editing, most definitely, and yeah, it's definitely a lot of editing. Or he, jelly of Jewish. Either way, yeah, I don't know what he needs to double down and clear that up. And there is an interview out there where I think he does, but we're gonna touch on that one on Saturday. If nothing else comes up super crazy, you know what I'm saying? Visualize says you go after the nines today. Nah, them nines, I only want them joints. I don't even think I did a video on them joints. No disrespect, I'm just selective with my nines. No disrespect for the people who do like them, because
Yeah.
hey, go after what you like. Um, Shoe Nation says, nah, it was already sold out when I looked them up. Also, it was 225 retail, so I'm not really mad about the nines. Yeah. Nike tripping on the price. Go and bring the shit back to 190, bro. Y'all doing too much. You know what I'm saying? But I get why yeah. I get why they
Next
trying
year
to
they're gonna be
do it.
300.
Yeah, I get why they trying to do it, and then but at the same time, man, hey, you ain't gotta follow all the trends now.
Yeah.
Shoe Nation says, I waited a few minutes after the drop thinking that they'd be sitting, but literally only eights and sevens were sitting. Visualize says Shoe Nation. Yep, I thought they'd be sitting too. Shoe Nation says, I bet the brown and red ones dropping are gonna sit. The black and gum bottom just clean. I mean, to each your own. Most definitely. Y'all talking about those nines. 1 year anniversary for the chat hand. Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's see. Shoe Nation says, heard they don't even glow in the dark. Wow. They are trash, in my opinion. Dan there says, mummies are so fire. Agreed, man. Hey, man, don't tempt me. Visualize says, those Halloween dunks is a skip for the kid. Jay Brooks says, the other Halloween dunks are better. Rocked them yesterday.
Mhm.
True, true. I also think like I like when they do the skeleton Air Force Ones as well.
Yeah, I
They
like
got the little
those.
skeleton. But the thing with me, the reason why I'll never cop it, I do admire and I do like it, but the reason I'll never buy it because like I know I'm wearing
The
it joint one
seasonal.
time. Yeah, seasonal one time. It's like I mean, yeah, you can wear it whenever you want to, but it's like, bro, like you know what I mean? Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that sucks about it. At least with these, right? These Halloween dunks, it can be pulled off as seasonal, you know?
Hmm.
Just saying. Let's see. Jay Brooks says the other read that one. Manuel Kick says, nah, they glow in the dark when first purchase Shoe Nation. Okay. All right, man. So upcoming releases, and then we're gonna close this thing out. We've been on 2 hours, 25 minutes. We're gonna close it out right at the 30-minute mark. Um, anything in particular? Other, right? We already know Lost and Found, right? Let's keep we know Lost and Found this, Lost and Found that. But anything else in particular right now? Because we getting stuff loaded up slowly on the back end.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, like I say, I'm just gonna wait, for those Travises. Uh,
What do you think about these pennies and social status joints?
uh,
And those are nines right beside it.
nah,
What they were talking about that dropped today. These are the
yeah,
nines next to it.
yeah. Oh, I knew about those. Yeah, I knew, but nah, neither one for me. Nah.
Yeah, I like the pennies. The pennies is fire, but I think they're going below the market, so I think I can put that off for a little bit before things get a little too crazy.
I don't know,
Um,
man. They just messy. They just don't mess up the pennies, man. Like the penny is a classic shoe. Don't start doing all that collab crazy stuff with it.
and you see they're trying to force the twos on us again.
Yeah.
These are all these. I got a video coming on these guys. One thing I learned: these are all separate collabs in separate areas. Yeah, and I got all the rest for the video. But there's 3 Air Jordan 2s that's dropping along with merch. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm kind of y'all. No offense, Jordan Brand. Don't force it down our throats. Like it's one thing y'all already doing it with the ones. Cause I think we've already had what a total of 6 different ones dropped this year alone. And then these Florida anniversary joints, these were actually slotted for Monday, but they got pushed back to the 22nd. But they're okay. What do you think of these?
Yeah. Are those yeah, the FAMUs, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I rock with them. The sevens, sevens a hard shoe to just really roll with, man. And like you said, I'm like the Midnight Navy fours, most definitely. For the ladies, I gotta give them to these Jordan 1 joints, the Starfish joints. I'll give them that. This just got added to the lineup. That's that Midnight Navy 11 joint.
Mhm.
What is this? Air Jordan 12 Eastside Golf. Is that gonna be a golf shoe or just like that's just what they call them? Either way, not really nothing too crazy on the radar for me. Um, Other than that, I think we good for right now. We've got, like I said, we honestly, if you think we almost 2 months left, we October, but with, not much too left. Um, Overall, man, anything y'all looking for in particular, y'all let me know. And we're gonna close things out here for the night. Let me touch the chat one more time. Did I miss anything in particular? Jay Brooks says them Jordan 9 sold out quickly. Shockingly, Visualize says I'm gonna keep my eyes open for a lost and found shock drop. Most definitely. If their shock drop, if they shock dropped all this, I'm positive we're gonna get a shock drop on the lost and found. Not a date to be determined, don't know. But if they're expected to drop in November, I'm assuming first either last week of October or beginning first week of November. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to guess, that's what I'm assuming. I need those Jordan 2 Chicago's. Okay. All right. That's a classic sneaker, Manny. So I'll let you slide on the twos. Oh, We got Mr. 314 in the building. Should have known we weren't gonna go a whole live without you, buddy. I'm on year 4. FTW. What is FTW?
Fuck the world.
Oh wow. And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks. Wow. Can't believe you didn't know that from the Chappelle show with Eddie Griffin, word of dice skit. My bad, man. I watched a lot of Chappelle episodes though. Jay Brooks says those skeleton Air Force Ones were dope. Most definitely. I tried to tell him through and for. My bad, man. My bad. I can't know it all, homies. But I'm a, you know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna look it up. So I'm that way I'm being the I ain't gonna be lost no more. I'm tired of it. I'm after the live and watching that jink. I'm gonna look it up. Manny with the kick says, I aged my soul on my lost and founds. Spice, no ice. So that means you about to double up because I know you're gonna still want a fresh pair if you already doing that, doing customs on these joints. So I mean you're gonna get another pair, Manny. I have a feeling you going for them just cause. Mr. Through and Four says, also, Sup Dunks, the undisputed people's champ. Sorry, I wasn't.
Yo, what's up?
Says, sorry, I wasn't typing much, champ. I know you really enjoy when I come on the scene. Vision Live says, October has been moving pretty fast, don't you think? Most definitely. Definitely been a fast week, man. Fast month, man. Because think about it, man. It always like that. When we get to October, I'm telling you, November, December, different ball game, man. And then the year we starting all over again and we back at it. You know what I'm saying? Master Keith says, I'm waiting on the black taxis, those 12s. Okay, got you. Let's see. Mr. 3 and 4 says, for the win. Man with a kick says, facts. Visualize says, FTW means for the win, Dunks. Whoa.
Tomato.
Tomato. Hey, make some noise of that, man. We've been on a joint 2 hours, 30 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. Showing love definitely means a lot, man. We're going to close things out like I said we would on the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Me and Dunks will be back Saturday with another live, another podcast, another sold out, this, that, and the third. You know what it is, man. Anything else, we good, man. And we're going to cover things right back up. Not sure if it's going to be gay or what. I just made some noise, Mr. 3 and 4. That hit you too, homie. Let's see. Manny says, I need that retail pair. You know it, Jones. I knew it. But yeah, we closing out, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all smash that like button, man. Really appreciate it. You know, subscribe up if you haven't done so already. And we're gonna close things out. And I'm gonna let my homie take us out, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah. Just have a good rest of your week, man. Be safe and I don't know, have fun. Sorry, I guess I wasn't here last week, but I'm back now. Let's get back into it and let's just see what the rest of the year has to bring us.
Most definitely, man. And we're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.
6-6. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm balling on the West Wall. If you told me back then, oh, I never would've guessed, so now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net out. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm balling on the West Wall. If you told me back then, oh, I never would've guessed, so now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net out. I said I've been saving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, oh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love to say. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm balling on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed, so now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net out. Yeah, I'm shining bright, so. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole, yeah. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. I said I've been slaving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love to say. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole, yeah. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. I said I've been slaving, dog, let me see the money, ayy. Now I'm popping, ooh, they looking at me funny, ayy. I was in the rain, waiting for these sunny days. Made it through, you can't tell me I don't love to say. On my way to that show, told them pipe down, I don't need no hoes. I've been out with my bros, even back then I knew I'd grow. Now I'm knocking down these doors, they ain't keeping up when I switch these flows. They don't want no smoke, can't get hot, I can been so low. I've been trying to get it, told them I'ma run it up. Out all night, so I told them go and fill my cup. Now they texting, but back then they never showed me love. They been hating since day one, dog, you looking sus. Now they switching sides, I can't mess with y'all. I could tell they ain't real, I can't get involved. Ooh, I seen them now, and they tryna call. Ooh, this summer's mine, but they tryna watch me fall. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next, so feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, ooh, I never would've guessed so. Now the way I'm winning, I might have to cut the net hole. Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm